そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメスパイ
あやこれ好
き。よりによって
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
き。ワクワク。
So we got communists, we got plants, we got what else we got? I don't know. The chat's fucking throwing out all kinds of. Are you still a tranny after? You know,
according to last night's chat, I'm certainly a tranny.
All right. Well, the chat's throwing out a lot of allegations today. This is pretty insane. It's actually kind of wild. They're even throwing plant emojis now in the chat. Is this what we're doing? All right. This is what we're doing. Emojis. Guys,
better than oranges.
Fuck the orange. Welcome to 189, boys. Fucking oranges, man. I can't believe we live in a world where somebody actually turned oranges bad. This is insane. Guys, we got a lot we got to talk about this week. And we got a special guest, man. We got a communist, Melee K, hanging out with us on this glorious day. I didn't expect that to rhyme, but it did. Melee K, how are you doing?
God damn it. You can call me anything in the world. You can call me a foid, a fat bitch. I don't care what it is, but calling me a communist, man, it's too far. It's too far. I will be anything in my life but a communist. It's
They
just gonna make me getting called a communist more. So I don't know why I fight it anymore.
they didn't waste any time. Like the moment people realized you were on the panel and somebody said in the chat, they were like, "Oh, Melee K's here. Oh, nice. So we have a
it's
communist." Yeah, it's like, wow, that's amazing. So your communist reputation precedes you, but that's fine. That's fine. We have all kinds of people here, so it's all good,
We're
guys.
accepting here.
We got a lot we got to talk about. Crazy shit happening all week. Honestly, there's news dropping even up till today, which we're gonna go over, like the Ghost of Yotei stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. So let's just get into intros, do some super chats, and just get right into it, man. Leon, take it away.
Yeah, I'm stoked. There's so much going on that, like, we were talking about this a little bit backstage. I don't give a fuck about any of the games themselves, because a lot of, again, Yotei, Forza, Marathon, don't give a fuck. I do, however, care what the industry is saying, how it's moving, shaking, and that's going to be so fun to talk about. So yeah, just great to be here. Can't wait.
A lot of moving pieces happening, man. Sevi, what's going on?
Hello. Not too much. Not too much. Excited to see the discussion and talk about Marathon and what's going there and Ghost of Yotei. This should be really funny.
Hell yeah. I like how Kata is good enough to throw in a member chat, but not good enough to be on the stream. You gotta love it.
Well,
he's
not good enough to send a super chat. So,
well, that's obvious. That never happens. Wizard, what's going on with you, man?
Hi, everyone. I'm the real life fake wizard.
Holy shit.
I have a Kotaku fact.
Oh.
It's a loud Kotaku fact.
It is now time for everyone's favorite segment of the week. Welcome to Kotaku Facts, brought to you by the real life fake wizard. He's not really a wizard, guys.
We got to change those lips, bro. We just got to. Like, it's too much already. It's way too much, bro.
Accentuated, the beard. Although I got to get a new beard. This one I think it's on its last leg. But anyway, yeah. So we have Kotaku Kenny is back.
Overwatch Kenny! We need a song for Kenny.
Yeah, we do. We need something. This guy is a strange bird.
Kay, are you familiar with really quick? Are you familiar with Kotaku Kenny, Kay?
I just read all the titles and go, I don't care. I hate Kotaku. So I've forgotten who's who.
All right.
Yes,
fair enough.
Tell me about Kenny. I want to know.
He's the one that was gooning after Leon.
It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that.
You can't jerk off to women, but you can jerk off to men all the time.
Yeah, basically.
That's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one's about women. Let's go. Let's do this.
This one is about women. So Overwatch fans are convinced Fortnite unnerfed Tracer's butt because in the Fortnite version of the Overwatch team up, Tracer has glutes active again. Because they did nerf her in the actual Overwatch game. So
they actually say that they didn't, though. Jeff Kaplan swears up and down that they never nerfed Tracer's ass. So take that for what it's worth. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, even though we do have the side by side here. We do get the side by side. It's pretty clear
that
crazy nerfing has occurred, right? Nerfing has definitely happened. Occurred.
It was one of the first things that Blizzard ever did that indicated to us that they're going downhill. Was Tracer's ass.
You think it's like revisionist history, or what's the deal?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is totally they changed it early on.
Look at that picture! Holy shit! Look at that one.
The difference.
I will say, I am a Fortnite stan, but the saddest thing Fortnite has ever done is gave Solid Snake no fucking ass. Depressing.
I mean, there we go.
You're not gonna see me complain about that, but I understand. I get it.
Are we discussing a man's ass right now?
That was Cassie.
I am.
The woman was, so it was acceptable.
Yes, I can. And I will. I'm complaining. You guys bitch and whine all day. Why can't I bitch and whine?
I just wanted to be clear that,
Cassie needs some ass too. It's okay.
The only thing that's clear is you hiding in the fucking closet. I mean, what?
Damn, don't do auntie like that, bro. Don't do auntie like that. Listen, Tracer is packing now. And it's kind of sad because it's Fortnite. Right, so it's meant for a younger audience. So it's kind of interesting how they gave the game with the younger audience, the one with the bigger ass. But hey, it is what it is. Well, I don't know, man. I'd never believed the revisionist history of we never did anything. But go ahead, Wizard.
Well, yeah, no, this is just another example of trying to downplay and gaslight against something that's very clearly was there. I mean, he goes on to talk about how, Overwatch, Blizzard said it wasn't a thing. It didn't happen. We know it happened. And here we have another publication reporting this as news that it didn't happen. And like, we know it happened. We saw it happen. It was documented as it happened. And, Kotaku's at it again with Kotaku Kenny. Shout out, man.
Does Kenny actually does Kenny actually go into the article and say that they that it's not true? Basically, like, does he actually?
He very softly tries to downplay it. The Tracer's rear end has been subject of much discussion since Overwatch launched in 2016, when Blizzard altered one of her many victory poses after some fans criticized the original showed off her butt in tight pants. As time went on, history was rewritten, and people claim that Blizzard actually removed some of the junk in the trunk, which ex-director Jeff Kaplan since denied. One thing is for sure. She has been hitting squats in time. It took her to get from Overwatch Universe to Epic's IP. That's the whole point of this article, is to downplay what gamers already know and believe.
Yeah, I love the idea that it's like, oh, well, he denied it, so it must not be true. I remember a certain president once denied having sexual relationships with that girl. So like,
I do love the internet, because the internet is such a it is completely opposite ends, right? So you're gonna have people that'll never believe anything official ever in their life. But the moment some random Joe Schmo with 2 followers on Twitter says something, it's absolutely fucking true. And then there's people that are the other way around, where it's like they'll only believe it from official sources, or, quote unquote official sources. And if they hear anything outside of the accepted whatever, it's like, it's just not true. Even if it ends up becoming true many times over, it's just, nope, the official source. So it's like, bro, people are so on opposite fucking ends. It's crazy.
It's the Shaggy defense, bro. It wasn't me. Like,
Right.
say it over and over.
It never is. I'm not surprised. Somebody said, why is this stream in 720p? I don't know. It's a StreamYards. Did they nerf the fucking output or something? Like, what's going on here? Is StreamYards being gay? It still looks fine on my screen, but I don't know.
Under attack.
What else is new? Anyway, good Kotaku fact. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, we got a good
shout out to Wizard. Man. Melee K, how you doing? What you been up to?
I'm doing good. A lot of gaming. I've been using the Steam controller all week, so I've got my harsh opinions on the controller. I've actually upset a lot of people on the internet who wanted me to think it was the most perfect controller ever. So me pointing out literally anything is just getting people going, ah! That's my life right now, besides being tortured by Tales of the Shire.
I get why people cry about like criticism, man. It's like, no controller is perfect. I've had plenty of them. I've had third-party regular stuff. Like, I have an almost perfect controller, but it just has clicky buttons. And some people really love clicky buttons, and I just think that it feels cheap to me. But that's just our opinions.
It's such a like personal preference
kind of gal.
Oh hell yeah, Mad Cats, let's go. I'm in that gang, whatever. I love Mad Cats. Yeah, the thing with the controller is it's always such a personal thing. Like, James and I both tried it together this week, and I was actually nicer to it than James was, because he has way bigger hands than me. So for me, like, the back buttons felt way better, and for him, he was like, I hate this. So
yeah,
be like that. Life is good. Happy to be here, and nice to hang out with all of you. It's great.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Sheepsidian, what's going on, man? You gonna smile? Ever? Like ever?
Wednesday I finished Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh.
So
On Thursday,
no, you're never gonna
I
smile
will
again,
anymore.
actually.
On Wednesday I finished Kingdom Hearts 2. On Thursday I woke up sick.
Oh, that's why you're not smiling.
Man.
I'm still sick.
Feel better, bro.
Dude, Suya no more.
The game was. Well, thank you for your commitment.
Absolutely, I was sold wolf tickets. I am exceptionally upset about that. But the manga of the week.
What you got?
The Kingdom Hearts manga.
That would be so ironic.
Oh, it was good.
I've talked about this so much.
One of the best out there. One of the best horror manga out there. It's only 3 volumes, and that's primarily because weird shit that happened in this book started happening to the author in real life. So he stopped writing because of bad omens.
Basically.
Oh wow.
He actually caught the disease that he wrote about in the book.
Oh
yeah,
it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, and it also started happening to other people that were working at the studio as well, which is why the studio shut down.
Wow.
Yeah, twice actually. But yeah, that's a weird wild, ominous book, but the art is phenomenal. The story is phenomenal. Get it. It's kind of hard to come across. That's pretty much all I got for right now.
PTSD Radio, one of the best. Atreus, what do you got going on, Auntie?
Yeah, speaking of being sick, nigga, I'm sick as shit. All right.
Feel better soon, bro.
Yeah, I hear the cure for that is watching Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess now. But I do have a nigga fact.
Oh, you do? Let's go.
It's time for the Negro fact of the day, you goddamn coons.
You know, it doesn't get any better every time I hear it.
What are you talking about? Wizard has his own clip that gives him DSLs, and you got a very accurate representation of yourself in your own clip. Did he freeze?
He froze.
He got so felted, he froze.
Wizard, look at
Leave
screenshot.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
Wizard,
trying.
screenshot.
I'm doing it.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it. He came back. Hold on. There's,
Two.
Wait, pull that up too. Pull that up too.
There's two of them.
What?
Oh hell yeah!
I don't.
Yo, Cassie, like she about to get blacked, bro.
Cassie is getting Eiffel Towered right now. It's crazy.
Holy
Shit here.
Bro, I'm trying to eat my garlic knots in peace, goddammit.
By
Can you
two
swap Melee
aunties.
K and Sheep real quick?
Sure.
There we go. Oh,
You were so close to greatness.
Oh, what the fuck? Did he freeze again?
Yeah. So he might be back, and then we can get it again.
All right,
You know what
we're-
this is a sign of?
dude.
Him playing a game in the background. It's
he
usually-
definitely is. He
It happened to
100% is.
me during my Forza stream.
He 100% is. Cassie, just go ahead because Atreus is fucking felted right now. Go
Worries.
ahead.
So yeah, I have some achievements to talk about that were really cool. Literally within the same week, I got my first 1,000,000 views, and I hit 7K on my YouTube channel.
Let's
That's
go.
really
Damn.
Nice.
Oh, congratulations!
Go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's quite a journey, and I'm excited to see where things go in the future. And I'm also happy to say that I finally, you guys know I've been sick for like pretty much 3 weeks, sadly. But I finally got to go see the Michael Jackson movie in the theaters in, was it RCX or something like that? And I loved it. It was awesome. Like I really had a lot of fun. I don't know. I've been a Michael Jackson fan growing up, but then, the mood got kind of murdered by all the crazy accusations that didn't hold
Right.
up. And I don't know, it kind of reinvigorated my appreciation of his work and his perfectionism. And I think that his nephew really did a really good job representing him, and even the kid that played him, as a child, I think that did a really phenomenal job. So it's really cool.
Cool. Very cool. What else you got going on aside from that?
Just chilling. Been playing some Forza Horizon 6 on the live stream, to which everyone shit on me for my driving skills. And I can't say that they're good driving skills, but there's method to my madness.
They tried to do that to me too throughout the entire fucking stream. Mind you, I'm getting first place in all the races. I'm like, bro, you guys are shit on me. I know I'm not the best driver, but damn, at least I'm not losing here. Like, relax.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Even the game
feel
tried to
that.
get me to raise the difficulty. It literally is like, hey, you're winning too easily. Do you want to raise the difficulty? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm good. Anyway, but that's cool. All right, Atreus, are you okay now? Did you freeze because you booted up a game or something?
I froze twice after hitting the share button to share my screen. But apparently now it's working.
Oh.
All right, so we need to redo the intro.
It's time.
I won't embarrass you. I see your face every time I play it. I'll just do that part. There you go.
I'm not going to give you any context. I'm just going to play this.
We never get context.
We were in action, and she said, in my
Raise the
ear,
volume.
Go
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Is that
There you
Ocho
go.
Cinco?
where we were in action, and she said in my ear, "Go deeper. Stay with me now." And
What the fuck?
hurt me is I was already all the way in, so I had ran out of PP.
You ran out of what?
You do understand the cameras are rolling. Who you are now,
Yeah, completely
is
different.
manufactured because it was surgically enhanced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And And I'm comfortable saying that. And I can tell you that this is something you would never be able to get on TV. That's why we on your show.
What the fuck is this? How is this? Why is this a fact?
Because it proves that you can get a BDL. He got a BDL and it's worked for him. And I encourage all of y'all out there to go and get one because you know you lacking.
Trace on the list.
I'm sorry.
Are you on the list? I'm on the list. I mean, what?
You're on the list for that? For what? What are we?
What?
What is wrong with us? What is going on? What's wrong with you guys?
What a mess.
Chad, help me. This is I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much.
After today, I vaguely looked at my Twitter and for me complaining that because of the outfit that your character is wearing in the Forza Horizon 6 character creator, you literally can't see the difference between the fucking female character and the it character. And then I got so much, but you do the same thing too. Bitch, I'm not your fucking character creator, you stupid motherfucker. Like, what the fuck kind of argument is that? If I was in the character creator and you saw me, yeah, you would have a hard time figuring out what is what too. No fucking shit, Sherlock. That's why I would not put myself on the character creation screen. You dumb fucks on Twitter. Fucking retarded. Oh my God. What a dumb fucking argument.
So what body type are you in real life?
What do you want me to be?
Whoa.
Well, you are
What the fuck are we doing here, man? What the fuck?
I'm a little fruity after you're watching the Michael Jackson movie, man. The way he was like, and then he went up on his fucking tippy toes, man.
Please do that again.
Inside, man.
No, it is pretty funny because they do put you in like this oversized fucking like 4XL t-shirt on a 100-pound like clearly female body most of the time. I think body type 1 is male. It is like broader shoulder, muscular, no boobs. But then like 2 and 3, I don't know what the fuck it is. I have no idea. They're both like Ellen Page style body types with the boobs might as well not even be there. And I don't know why it exists. I have no idea. But in any case,
classic Cage.
Cass is one of my favorite people for a reason. I loved all of that.
Oh, she's nuts. She's nuts. You ever heard of Chud the Builder?
Of course.
Yikes.
Well, this is the female variant. If you give her enough time.
Face. Look at me, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
The internet would call her that probably, though. But anyway, guys, let's get into super chats. Anybody got gifted games or anything before I do? I think Sevi's got something, of course, because naturally, like, she's going to get everything. Sevi's got a gifted game. Here we go. Oh, look. Wow.
Ooh.
I got the
Wizard. Wizard.
I
put the wig on,
On
please. Thank you.
I gotta find it.
Thank you.
There's too many Atreus pictures I gotta run.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, Sevi. Good.
I got Devil May Cry HD collection. So it's I think the first 3. So thank you so much. And then I got Devil May Cry 5.
Let's go.
Thank you. I'm so excited to play these games. Then I got Devil May Cry Special Edition.
Brother.
Hunter from Lawrence Knight.
That's DMC 4.
Thank you.
You're gonna have so much fun with
Fire.
these.
Then
Holy shit.
It says, "Yay, you beat Mouse PI." That was a really fun game. I had so much fun.
Hell
with that
yeah.
game. And then I got Devil May Cry franchise pack, from No Hearts Left. I don't know if I can accept this because I just accepted all of the other ones. I'll try to accept it. We'll see. Nope, I cannot. So I will decline it. It was gifted already. Thank you. Let me copy and paste this because the next one I got is also this one. I can't accept it, but thank you so much, I think, Gianna, for that. It says, "This is the beginning of the storm that is approaching." Okay.
What a great caption, too.
Do I need to get a push-up bra in order to get some free shit, too? Like, god damn.
I was going to ask, anybody else feeling really felted right now? Like, this is fucking insane, bro.
I got nothing.
Play every DMC game except 2 and the emo boy one, and you're cooking with gas.
Yeah.
Atreus, what you got, man?
BioShock.
That's
Hell
a good
yeah.
one. That's a good one. That's not
Oh,
a bad.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Shout out
That's
to
nice.
UF Omega. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
But I've been hearing things about BioShock, and every time they talk about it, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I'll try it out and see.
You never played BioShock?
I've never
Dude,
played
it's
BioShock.
awesome.
You're in for a treat, bro.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That is like industry changing video game.
Yeah, I played
you
it
need
like
to play it again.
3 years ago again for, Actually, no, that was the first time I've ever played BioShock. What am I talking about? And honestly, it holds up really well as FPS. It's fucking awesome.
It does, but the story is just so good.
It's
Leon.
a really play.
That's accurate.
Probably right up your baby oil lubed alley from old man Eric Jenkins. He rocked up to last night's stream with a new profile, didn't know it was him. And I was like, who is this motherfucker felting me over and over? He even changed up his typing style so that I couldn't figure out it was him. And then Cindy's like, yeah, that's Eric. It's like, God damn it. So yeah, Foodus fucks femboys.
What?
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Wow, we are just like so. Basically, Sevi got all the games with a side of Atreus for DEI reasons, and we're good. We're good. That makes sense. All right, let's continue. King Dimmy Wing. I don't know what. By the way, I don't know why they made memberships pink. They're still green on YouTube, but on StreamYards they're pink. I don't use StreamYards anymore aside for this show. So there you go. But King Dimmy Wing, thank you, brother. 5 memberships. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what he's voting for. Summer Days, 189, Mount Lady, fuck the rules. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. M16 with a 5 says, I'm here to represent for Kami K.
Oh my God.
Damn it, Mojo. No.
We got to get some communist super chats in here. Sevi Love, 9 months says, hello, chat. What's up, Sevi? How are you doing? Valkyria with 14 months says, hail all, Futa time and Femboys time. Always a great show from you all. Skull. That's all you. We need to put blonde hypnotic. Hopefully, maybe we could get some gifted games. We'll see.
It took me too long to find it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
We
got this fucking guy.
too?
Yeah. How do you think?
What the? Did you just
Hey,
move and it followed you?
Move. It did. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me trace it.
Oh my gosh!
Did you not pick up? Anyone else notice the hammer on the ground?
I noticed that right away, and I was scared.
Well, see, the thing is, as a Hispanic, we are immediately born with tools to the side of us, so that in the future we can actually get some work done. Because somebody's got to build the fucking country. You know what I mean? So even women, yes, women too. Look at this fucking guy, man. Can member chat, but doesn't want to show up. Interesting.
Oh, man.
4 months. Plug it in. Atreus 2026.
Wow.
Did you say that?
Rude.
Dig it, bro.
He definitely avoided you. Now you gotta make fun of Kata next
I
time.
have to start a 10-month internet beef now because he avoided me when I came on the show.
Is it 10 months minimum?
Yeah, at least 10 months. Yeah.
I figured
maybe
it'd be
12 because we're both minorities, so it should go a little longer.
Yeah, you should do at least a year, at least.
Yeah.
Creators Freedom with a 2. I request all of you to make a VTuber avatar, please. It's a lot of work.
No.
A lot of money too.
No.
Akino with a 5 says Zesty all up. It doesn't work on SNH. It only works on Hypnocast. I'm sorry. But thank you for the 5. UF Omega with a 5. Kata couldn't make it. He is too busy building a shrine for the picture of Leon's foot that he acquired a few days ago.
Yo.
Yeah, I was unfortunately blessed with that clip. It was really, really upsetting.
It was UAF Omega that donated the 50 banger to make it happen.
You did it for 50 fucking bucks?
It was a joke. I didn't think anyone would do it. And the whole chat's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Then UAF Omega was like, for the culture.
What a fucking whore, man. 50 bucks, that's it.
Bro,
Jesus.
chat
I
knows.
didn't think anyone would do it. And so then when he actually said the 50, I was like, well, fuck, I can't just take his 50 and give nothing. So yeah, I had to slowly take off a single sock and make sure it was worth it.
A single what?
Yeah, it was insane. Suck.
What a whore.
Yeah, that's...
To be fair, though, now I'm
Pretty
going
out
to end
there.
up on WikiFeet. As long as my WikiFeet ratio is Hassan Piker's, I'll be good. I'll feel good about myself. So,
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine.
Go find my WikiFeet and upvote it so I be Hassan Piker.
As long as you hide the mustache and just rock the long hair, you can probably catfish somebody stupid enough. I'm sure. Cryptic Manga with a 2. Atreus can finally get the BDL. He always... Okay, so why do I know what BDL means? What does that mean?
Oh, you didn't...
No, I don't know what a BDL means. That's why I was looking at you guys like, what?
if you know what a BBL means, then you know what a BDL is.
So that's the male. So it's like a dick implant or something.
Yes. What are you doing out here?
So what does it stand for? What does it actually stand
What is
for?
it, like black
Brazilian
dick lift or something?
Like big dick length or something?
Big dick lift? Maybe?
I thought it was Brazilian dick lift, but
thank you. How does the fucking white guy get?
Because white people do it the most because naturally they don't have these assets that minorities have. You understand?
and yet
Yeah,
we're still the
white
ones who run the fucking world. So
Yeah, white people.
You run the world, but you hire
White
us to do your work, so it doesn't matter. We get money anyway. It's fine. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, white people.
At least when we well, I'm not gonna say it anyway. Leon, 33 months. It says 33 months of service. Yeah, you run the world, but you're in service of the bigot army. That makes sense. Service in the army of people of questionable morals and life choices. And I pay for my memberships. Thank you. I appreciate that.
bananas, rice, oranges, plants, trannies, and there was something else. I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, it's a lot of emojis. I didn't even bother saying them all. Butterframe didn't gold for it too. I think I'm about to make a bad decision.
He made a good decision.
So, like,
he made a great decision.
Oh yeah, he became a member.
He
That's a
became
great
a member.
decision. I was worried for a second. I was like, "You're gonna shoot a school or something?" Like, what?
Whoa.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Did you just accuse Butterframe and Gold of being trans?
Oh well, yeah. Well, that used to be your guys' thing. And they
Used
took
to.
it from you. They took
Yeah,
it from you.
that dude, right?
Well, no,
Like-
it still is technically because it's just white men pretending to be women. So you guys still gotta. Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I do
Butterframe didn't
feel
go.
like with the influx of like trans school shootings and whatnot, I need to find whatever company makes trench coats and start investing in stock because like it's probably really going up.
You should. Butterframe, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. We got Sky with it too. I'm glad I get to see Leon react to Leaflet music.
Anytime she drops a song, I'll react to it.
It's a hardcore mode with a 10. Damn, Sevi got the Indian games. I need to get some ballistics. Hey, Hypno team.
Yeah, I got one more gifted game.
All right. All right. We're going to get to it. Relax. Jesus fucking Christ. Sirloins for 10 months. Atreus, the first to get a plug-in plant.
Oh, wow.
Yo. Kick sheep.
Wow.
I would hope he would be the one to invent them, but you know. An Orange Man for a 2 says, Melee, tell him about your fanfic about Harry Potter.
This is fake news. There's no Harry Potter fanfic. I do not write them. No.
It's a Draco Malfoy fanfic.
Oh,
Do you write slutty stories about Harry Potter? Is that what it is?
No.
Wow.
Do you have like a Tom Felton fetish or something?
Oh
No.
God, no!
Just
But
asking.
I have been forced to read a Harry Potter fan fiction on stream, and ooh.
Oh, they're probably
Wizards
really
Academy,
bad
bro.
because
Yeah.
the Harry Potter
Ouch.
community is completely fucking co-opted by these psychos. So I
It's
can only
so
imagine some of their fan fiction is really bad.
Yeah.
Deidre Connick, 5 memberships over on Rumble. Fucking badass. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. And I think, are we caught up? Yes, we are fully caught up. All right, boys, that is it. Let's do gifted games again. Let's start with Sevi because she's dying to show us the fruits of her labors.
I the Jizz send people are tools.
They are.
It says your friends are your only gear in this chaotic co-op adventure. Use your teammate as pickaxes, grapples, and tools. Thank you for the gift.
So it took just one hammer on your floor to get a fucking game about tools. Racist ass chat. Leon.
Well, shout out No Hearts Left says, I like the Devil May Cry, including the reboot. I know Devil May Cry 2 and reboot has its issues, but they're my guilty pleasure. Devil May Cry 2 sucks fucking dick. I will say that DMC, the reboot, really good gameplay. Graphically, it looks fun. Yes! Yes! I love you send that to me, please. I think that DMC, is fine, but DMC 2 sucks. Either way, I appreciate the gift of game, homie. Thank you so much. And then a boy, motherfucking Butterframed in gold. Here you go. Something looks good that you want. I'm buying it for myself too. Yeah, Dad is Disco looked awesome when it was announced. I would much rather be talking about like this instead of Forza, but here we are. But no, shout out. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that game is looking awesome. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We got Fake Wizard. What you got going on there?
Having female hypno worked for me. I'm gonna keep it, man. So we got No Hearts
Great.
Left since the Devil May Cry franchise pack. Says, I hope you enjoy this franchise better than Adi Shankar. Atreus out here looking like Jasleen Singh transformed into a male. I don't know what that means.
Wizard, have you played these games?
No.
You're in for a life-changing experience. Holy shit.
I didn't finish 4, but I have played quite a bit of 4 on the Xbox 360.
Bro, you're gonna be so happy, man. It's good.
I am
4
excited.
is the third best one.
Demon Carol says, I would invest in a punching bag with this game. Sends the XCOM 2 collection. I will gladly accept that. I love the XCOM games. And then there is another one here I need to refresh that just came in. Just came in from Faye. Says, enjoy. And it's Project Warlock. Guys, thank you. Female Hypno works.
Yeah.
Stop
You're welcome.
simping.
You're welcome.
Stop simping. Thank you.
Leon, what'd you get, man?
Shout out for Angmar Turbo Overkill. I
That
don't
game's
fucking
awesome.
idea what this is, but it sounds
That
awesome.
game's awesome.
In
Yeah.
Paradise is Johnny Turbo, half metal, half human, all murder machine. Dude, I'm in. Let's go. Shout out. Thank you.
Why are all your images going to the side? Like, is
I
Steam
don't
bugged?
know.
Steam's busted.
know.
We've had that bug this
Yeah.
week too.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Steam is doing that to me too.
Oh, well, it's not doing it to me, but I'm using the browser for gifted games, so that's why.
That's probably why.
Atreus has nothing, so there's that. And let me do mine. So what do we got? Here. No Ars Left says you cannot complain after you were gooning yesterday's super chats. You're a DSP who got caught jerking it live. So what they're talking about is there's a custom AI TTS sound called Beauty that reads out super chats in like a slutty ass voice. So every time somebody used it, I was like, "Oh, do it again," because it sounded good. What? I don't give a fuck. Thank you. No Hearts Left. Broken Lore unfollow. This game looked really good. I remember reacting to this a couple months ago. Isn't this part of like a series? Broken Lore has like multiple games, I think. Pretty sure. First-person psychological horror game that explores the impact social media has on mental health.
Yeah, I've got two of them. I've got Broken Lore Low and Broken Lore Don't Watch. So it's like an anthology.
Yeah, so this is basically a game about like Twitter or something. Appreciate that. Shout out to No Hearts Left. Thank you, sir. We got Faye gifting Hyperlight Drifter. Now, this is that game that got fucking wrecked as a sequel because of their partnership, I believe, with SPI, amongst other things as well. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. It's basically like what do you call it? A Hades wannabe, essentially. That kind of a game. So thank you. I appreciate that, Faye. And we, of course.
Yo, bye.
Of course. You know what? I respect it. Diz the Jizzbot, thank you for the Mexican dream. I appreciate that. We live this every day on this channel. Mexican dream. Thank you so much. And that is it. I appreciate that. And we
speaking of Mexican dreams, I heard my favorite racist joke ever the other day. A new favorite racist joke.
Is it going to get me faulted?
Why do black people have nightmares?
Why?
We shot the last one that had a dream.
Sadly, I've heard that one before.
Why am I not surprised?
Yikes.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Bastard.
Yeah, white people.
White people.
You need to have that.
Let's go.
Every time something stupid gets said, just have the white people fucking picture.
Yeah, white people.
Reaper with a 2. Bailey K does have fanfic of Hypnotic and Epic Mike. Ew.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Does Mike know?
That's crazy. Why?
Look,
Did I
she's
know?
been outed.
That's
I'm getting
insane, bro.
exposed all day here. What's happening?
Archangelus with a 2. Good day to log into the panel and chat as well tonight. Yes, they are. And then Happy Chubby Bear with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Weird profile picture for sure. All right, boys. Let's we're good everywhere. Good on Rumble, good on everything. All right, that's basically it. Guys, let's talk about all the major releases for the week so far. Oh, wait, hold on. Angmar gifted one more game. Sorry, Angmar. I don't want to make you wait for hours. Hold on. Where is it at? Angmar gifted Hunt Down Overtime. What is this? Corporation term crime infested streets into profit margins for bounty hunters, and John Sawyer is going to make a killing. Hunt, die, upgrade, repeat. This is a roguelike. Yeah, it's a roguelike. Explosive roguelike prequel where every strategic upgrade strips away more flesh and builds a cybernetic fighter. All right, that sounds interesting. I will definitely check it out. Thank you, Angmar. Appreciate that. All right.
That's a sequel.
Summer Days, 99 cents super sticker. I thought you couldn't send super stickers anymore. I don't know. YouTube's fucking weird. Thank you for the 99 cents.
The
guys,
jewels haven't been rolled out to every account yet. Is what
I have, but I have that on my account. I have that on all my accounts.
He might not have it rolled out to him, so he can still spin super.
Got it. Got it. As a viewer, got it. Okay, makes sense. All right, so we had some major releases this week. I'm gonna go over to SteamDB so we can talk about them. The first one that everybody's pretty much talking about right now, for the most part, is Subnautica 2. So Subnautica 2 has officially released. The numbers are absolutely insane, as expected. Just another example of a supposed indie game, although they're funded by, and pushed by Krafton, so not exactly indie by all sense of the word.
The first one was a legitimate indie game.
It was, yes.
This one is, full on publisher backed and everything.
I will say that even though this is backed by Krafton, the success of Subnautica 2 is off the back of the first one. Like, people didn't like Below Zero. They didn't like that particular game that came out after the first one. So they were really excited about this one because it was supposed to kind of bring back what the first one brought and then more. But the thing about this game is that it's been surrounded by all the controversy, the lawsuits, and Krafton CEO try to screw over the Unknown World CEO, try to, out of $200 some odd $1 billion. But hey, man, people were saying, not you guys, but I know there was a lot of people saying, or they couldn't understand that this game was going to do crazy numbers. But this game had 5 million. It was the number one wishlisted game on Steam. 5 million wishlists before.
The first one did insane numbers. Why did anyone think this wouldn't do numbers?
I don't think it did like super numbers like that. Not at first. Hold on.
For an indie game, it absolutely did. Dude, this was like when it came out. Yeah, absolutely it did.
I consider Subnautica like a household name, regardless of what you think about it in the development. Like it's
it's
always done well.
For an indie game to hit, those are the numbers I was expecting from Mouse PI. And mind you, Subnautica, that was almost a decade ago, well before the internet is what it is now when it comes to supporting indies.
Well, I mean, that's fair. Considering the 8.3 years ago, the game, when it officially released, outside of like, I guess what this is, early access or something. Yeah. So when it officially released at 51,156, not terrible. It's one of those games that just grew over time, though. You can see the numbers slowly but surely start to rise higher and higher. And then obviously with Subnautica 2 release, they did a free weekend recently that bumped up their numbers. But then Subnautica 2 coming out has made people go back and buy Subnautica 1 that never bought Subnautica 1 because there's a lot of new fans as well. So, yeah, exactly. Subnautica grew into a cult hit.
I played it once in early access, and it was because of my fear of water. It was scarier to me than any horror game. I've never played it since. I will not play the second.
I would love to see you play this. That's the first thing I said when I saw this game. I was like, somebody's got to get Leon to play this shit.
I mean, I could grip to play it, but legit, like I've only ever had a panic attack twice in my life, and one of them was playing this game. It fucked it, like the first one. It fucked me up because of my fear.
You need to have Sevi be the one that hypes the super chat goal because she will bring in the big bucks.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Her and Cindy did it yesterday. It was wild.
Easily. So I mean, this is pretty huge. Now, obviously, everybody's looking at this game for a couple of reasons. The main one, for those of you that are watching that may not know, is that right now there's a lawsuit involving Unknown Worlds and Krafton, the people who made the game versus the people who essentially own the game now in the company. And the Krafton CEO has been on record, according to the lawsuit documents, trying to essentially screw the Unknown World CEO out of the $200+ million bonus that they promised to them if the game was to release in early access in this year and also attain a certain level of sales and everything. Now, according to the documents, the game has to hit 5 million sales by September in order for them to get the $200+ million bonus. And when people think of that number, just to remind you guys, Subnautica 2 is massively successful right now. It's got 2 million sales in 24 hours. And even at that number, even at 5 million sales, if you were to take 5 million sales at full price, they're still about $100 million plus short from $200+ million. So Krafton's going to lose a fuck ton of money having to pay out this bonus, which is why they obviously tried to get out of it. But I think that there is a high likelihood that this is going to happen by September. But again, we never know. So, I mean, did any of you guys play this? I think I saw one of you play this. I don't remember who, but
not yet, man.
I think it was Kada. Kada might have played it.
Yeah.
Could have sworn he played it.
The black dude played a game about swimming?
I think I saw him on Steam playing it.
Yeah, I got the notification that he was playing that game. I think it was yesterday. And I thought,
I wish he was here so I can ask him how he thinks about it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but this isn't a G&G stream, so.
Facts. Facts. Did anybody play the first one?
No.
Leon
Nobody
did.
played the first
Yeah,
one.
like I said, I did for a couple of hours, and it, dude, there was like, I went out into the deepest like waters you can go to in this giant Leviathan. I played when it was in early access, so I don't know how much got added when not afterwards. There's this like giant Leviathan creature that keeps you from. It was like, again, I cannot describe how much this game fucked me up. I hate using this term, legitimately triggering.
Well, now we know what your next super chat goal is going to be.
Yeah, awesome.
Right, chat? It's going to be great.
Yep.
So that's one of them. And the next one is obviously Forza Horizon 6. That game came out to some huge fucking numbers on Steam. And did you guys, oh man, did you see people console warring with this game? Where I got to find the tweet, but somebody actually took Subnautica 2 and Forza Horizon 6 and used it as like an epic win against PlayStation and like an epic victory for Xbox. But then in that same post, they posted the numbers from Steam for both of the games, but then claimed it was a victory for Xbox exclusivity. I was like, what? Why are you using Steam numbers to like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are you doing that? I'll find the tweet anyway. So Forza Horizon 6 is out. You know, I know some of us have played this game already. Cassie, what do you think about this game? I know you played it.
She stepped away to get more food because she's a fat ass.
She ran away.
Fucking Puerto Ricans. All right. I mean, the game, I enjoy the game. I think the game is very good outside of the bullshit, you know, in the character creator. Again, for me, it's like a character creator in a racing game. It's fucking non-existent. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's one of those things where it's like, you're barely going to see the character, don't care about it. And it's anybody who knows these studios with Playground Games, they've done this before. This has been in Forza Horizon for a little while now. It was in 5. I know that with the whole pronouns and body type nonsense and shit. I still don't understand why there's a third body type. I don't get where that's coming from. It's probably only a matter of time before we have 5 or 6 body types at this point. And I was saying when I was playing Forza, I was saying how I miss the days because you guys know that body type in video games, that's a legit thing. Like body types now have replaced gender, whereas body types before were additive to gender. So you would have male and female, and then you would have body type A, B, C, whatever, which is basically fat, skinny, muscular, or you know, whatever the case may be. Now they took that and transformed it into a gender replacement, which is why people are now having a problem anytime you see body type. This is why I don't get triggered when I immediately see body type, because I've played enough games that have that in the past. But unfortunately, now they've co-opted that to mean something totally fucking different from what it used to, which is where the annoyance comes into play. But anyway, so, but aside from that, the actual gameplay is fantastic. I'll pull it up on screen in a second. Any of you guys plan on playing this, or it's just me and Cassie that are playing this?
I mean, it looks like a good game from the gameplay when I was seeing you do, but in all reality, I've never really cared for racing games aside from like Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2. That's maybe the exception. You know, Cruising 66 back in the day. I don't know.
I only ever cared about motorsport. I don't care about Horizon.
If I had a PC strong enough to play it, I would. But yeah, I'm like, you ever try to play a racing game with drop frames? It ain't fun.
Oh, do you really need a strong PC to play this though? Because it runs pretty good on the Steam Deck.
I will tell you this: if this minimum specs are of a higher quality, or you need a higher quality minimum specs than you do for Sonic Crossworlds, then yes, it's gonna chug.
Okay, yeah, because Sonic Racing Crossworlds ran like shit on the Steam Deck.
This PC is from 2019, so there's that.
All right, that's fair enough. But I think the game would actually run well probably on your computer. But hey, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, Forza Horizon came out. That's pretty huge. You also got Lego Batman coming out soon. You got 007 coming out soon. I don't know if I really don't know how 007 is gonna do. There's just so many games coming out.
I think it's going to do okay. Like, it won't do anything like crazy. Like, it's not going to touch GoldenEye. At the same time, it's not going to be like, you know, a completely obscure like sales number or anything like that. I think it's just going to do like okay.
So I actually kind of push back on that sheet because so I think it's going to look like it does okay on the surface. I guarantee you this game has a massive budget. Like this game looks stupid expensive. So even if the player count numbers look relatively fair, I bet it won't actually offset the cost of the budget and marketing and shit.
Does anybody know what the actual budget is?
Let's see if it's out there.
Like a James Bond game? It's gotta be huge.
Or...
Yeah.
For the new 007. I mean, did they already have the license to it, or did they have to purchase a license? Because it's Amazon making the games. They already had the license then. Right?
Amazon bought like most of the license from the Broccoli family that owns James Bond. So they have basically the full rights to do whatever they want with it.
Speaking of rights, I'm going to spring up a topic on you guys.
Women shouldn't have them.
Maybe.
Yeah, white people.
That's fine.
007 budget
Bring up the picture.
estimated
Mexican
to be
dream.
greater than 200 million.
Yes, I like this.
Oh my god.
I like this.
Mexican dream.
This is how I was born. Yes.
This is the best show ever. I love it.
Oh, it's very bad here.
Seven gave us the
people.
cost, by the way.
We don't. I like this. Yeah, white people.
I love the Dr. Seuss font.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about losing any sponsors or anything here, so it's fine. We're not gonna
could not with the cops. Could not work the cops.
I wouldn't dare ask for a sponsor and run this show. That would be terrible. Guys, so I'm gonna spring up a topic that probably dropped on us like 10 hours ago or something like that. So it's gonna be about Mixtape, everybody's favorite game of the generation. Everybody loves that game. I know Melee K played it many times. She's a communist. I already know that.
God.
But Mixtape, has a lot of allegations against it in terms of being a Nepo baby project or whatever they call it, and Annapurna's involvement. Now, to be very clear, Annapurna does this with a lot of their video games, and I think the reason why is because money's not an option. Money's not a problem. I mean, for whatever her name is, Ellison girl,
Megan Ellison or something. Yeah.
Megan Ellison, yeah. So money's not a problem for her. And she's willing to, spend all the money it takes to make sure that her games look, I guess, like as great as possible in the public eye, right? She's all about, acceptance in the public eye. However, something came across my desk recently, and this information is very interesting. So, and ironically, Annapurna posted it themselves. So people were saying, you made a video game with over 20 tracks of music. I think it's like 28 tracks of music, all like licensed music. And maybe Leon can help out because I know he has experience with this. All licensed music. This is not like non-popular music. This is music people know. 28 tracks. That's not cheap, right? That's not cheap. Now, in all actuality, come to find out that they actually paid for perpetuity for every single fucking track, which means that they paid for essentially an infinite license on that music to never have to worry about it ever running out, ever. Which, to my knowledge, when it comes to mainstream or semi-mainstream tracks that are going to be used in a visual sense, like video games and stuff like that, that's not fucking cheap. Per track, that is a lot. We're talking thousands of dollars. Sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars.
For these, you're probably talking tens of thousands at least for some.
Right.
If I had to wager. Now, the thing that whether they got them all from like the same label or the same rights holder or whatnot, a lot of times they'll offer deals like, hey, you're getting this much. We're going to give you a percentage off. It's like buying in bulk, basically. Even so, even if they bought in bulk in perpetuity, that's still like, we're talking tens of thousands is what I would wager this cost.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking money. So I saw this post. All the tracks Mixtape uses were paid in perpetuity. Development costs of this game must be insane and unrecoverable at $20 a game, with most people playing it on Game Pass and nobody actually, buying the game. for the most part. Not in a massive amount anyway. It probably sold at least, I would say, 30,000 copies, maybe, across all platforms at this point. So we already know from the last stream, we covered like the funding, like some of the funding anyway. Like I know there's like government grants and shit like that. What was it, like 200 some odd thousand to 300 some odd thousand?
240,000 just from 2022 to 2024. I didn't even check for 2025 numbers if they had them.
Right. So let's say they probably got $300,000 in government grants and whatnot. Because when people say, the biggest gaslight that I saw from certain people on the internet was that this game was funded from the success of the first. I don't know if you guys have seen that. They were like, what was their first game? I'm gonna look at
the Artful Escape, and the Artful Escape, and the first game was not successful. Not even close.
No one even heard of the Artful Escape or Beethoven and Dinosaurs before this.
Here's the reason. Here's the reason why.
Woody Adams' favorite game.
So they believe, they're arguing that this game funded the success of the other mixtape because this game won.
2 peak? Are you serious?
Well, yeah. Again, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say they're thinking like mainstream retards. So they're thinking like, well, no, this game got critical praise. It got all good reviews. It got a BAFTA award. It won a BAFTA. Like that, they keep throwing it out there. Like it won a BAFTA. So that's why. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with money coming in, brother? Like it's got great reviews. That's fantastic. So did Highguard. It's what the fuck are we talking about? And estimated sales are 33,000 to 100,000. So you usually take the middle number and then you add up the platforms. So let's just give them the benefit of the doubt, say 80,000 across other platforms. Wow. And that
are you talking about for Artful Escape or
Artful Escape.
I can guarantee you it wasn't that high. I mean, again, not only are we talking about 72 all-time
5 years.
Yeah, but but again,
$5.
No one heard about Artful Escape. Most people think mixtape is their only game.
Yeah, we're talking about the game that again had the Kickstarter, failed for this game. They couldn't even get the crowdfunding for this game to be to get launched. That's why Epic had to step in, give them a grant. That's why Annapurna had to come in and fund it, because there wasn't even enough support from who their own customer base would be to successfully do the Kickstarter.
Well, okay, I do know that it failed its Kickstarter. And that's when Annapurna swooped in, like Captain Save a Hole, and they're like, "We're gonna fund you," and then, all that. I know that, but you guys got to remember, when it comes to these kind of sales figures for a game that has these kind of numbers, most of the sales for this game happened when it was at its cheapest. You could just tell based off the numbers, right? Because if you had 72 people at your peak, and it's saying that you sold almost 100,000 copies at its most, chances are most of it was from sales. Also, keep in mind, games like this tend to get bundled quite often. So it ends up getting purchased as a bundle with something else.
Okay, that
ends up boosting the sales.
Searching the Artful Escape. And
no, not at all.
$5. But okay, if you're talking like, hey, Humble Bundle is doing like, here's the indie experience with 10 indie games for $20 or whatever. Like, okay, fair enough.
It's not even like it's not even just Humble Bundle either, because on Steam,
for
example,
but yeah,
they could have had like a Annapurna bundle where they put together a whole bunch of Annapurna video games. For like whatever 90% off, or what the fuck was it? 75% off. I've seen that quite often. 75% off Annapurna. They could have had a bundle that included this game. The point is, you can see the sales copies go up, but then the actual players don't go up. That usually means that it's getting bought at super cheap on a bundle somehow, some way, and that's basically it. The point is, there's no fucking way that this game selling at $5 and even at 100,000 copies funded mixtape in any capacity, in any part of the actual game itself, especially when you start looking at a perpetuity soundtrack of over 25 whatever it is songs. Like it can't even fund the songs by itself. There's just no fucking way. I don't think that's even remotely possible, let alone the development, the salaries, the years it took to make this game, or however long, and the actual advertising, the kits they were saying, all of that's Annapurna. And that's what a lot of these people want to turn a blind eye to, because you'll have people that'll be like, oh, do you think, like I think Booty Adams said, oh, do you think people sell out their integrity for $200? No, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that people don't just sell out for that $200 or that particular kit. People are selling out for access to the industry to continue to get multiple kits, multiple different benefits. It's not just you as Annapurna. They're not saying, "Oh, I'm going to give up my integrity for Annapurna." You never had integrity. You were giving it away anyway. Go ahead. Atreus, go ahead.
Because the free stuff isn't about being paid at that point. Getting the free shit is about that's like getting your golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know you're going to get in every time when you get it. That's why when somebody, if it doesn't matter if the collectors or whatever it is you're receiving is only worth $50. If you get it, it means you're in their good graces. You're not on the fucking blacklist.
Right.
So that whole point that he tried to make was fucking retarded, and it makes no sense. And I know that he's watching because every time we do a fucking stream and we talk about it,
he's coping and seething.
He's putting out a fucking tweet in a video talking about the conspiracy theories that I keep hearing. Bitch, we know you're watching, bro. Just fucking say it.
Look, honestly, bro, what kills me about Booty Adams is that this desperate fucking industry ball gargler actually is gonna sit there and pretend that he's too good for $200. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you're literally here fucking
mind you, he played the game on Game Pass, so you know he needs it.
True.
At this point, right? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm not too good for $200. $200, yo, that's a lot of shit for me for the week. Definitely takes care of my weekly expenses easily. I'm not too good for $200. I won't sell out for $200, but I'm not too good for $200. So if that broke bitch to sit there and pretend he's too good for $200, get the fuck out of here. I bet you he put that fucking stupid ass mixtape kit up on eBay for like $300. Some bullshit like that. Who wants to keep that? First off, who wants to keep that garbage around anyway? Loot crates were cool like 15 fucking years ago. And guess what? Anybody who got that shit, and I got a few of them myself, all that shit ended up in the trash like a year or two later.
I'll say this. I do find it funny because it's not just him. There are a lot of people that do this. They want to pretend like everybody's a conspiracy theorist for asking questions and trying to just kind of understand what, because when you have like this massive organic reaction, which Mixtape had, they always want to turn it into something that's inorganic. They want to turn it, they'll take an organic reaction and say, well, this is just a rage machine. This is just a conspiracy theory. This is just people trying to peddle rage in order to profit. They're projecting, right? Because these people, what they literally do is they peddle bullshit in order to try to profit from it, or at least benefit from it to some way, shape, or form. But their benefit is somehow morally superior over your benefit, whatever that reason may be. I'll just leave that up to people. But the point is, you got these $200 press kits being sent out everywhere. You got an entire license track that is completely owned in perpetuity, so you never have to repay again. Hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in just advertising, marketing. You also got every single major account, by the way, PlayStation UK, Xbox. You got the actual Annapurna account, which is obvious. All these major accounts are promoting the game, talking about the game. They don't do that with every other video game, but for some reason they did it with this game. You just start to ask questions, and asking questions apparently is not allowed for whatever that reason may be.
That's the whole issue, because he's talking about it. Oh, you're saying $200 isn't enough to buy someone's opinion. Well, if that's the case, then why don't every fucking indie game do it? Right? If that's so cheap, you would think every other indie game would do that shit. Another thing he keeps saying is, oh, people just want to be ignorant. The internet is stupid and this, that, and the third. Bitch, it only take 10 minutes for you to get on a video and break down how shit really works. But you won't do that because nobody's listening to you, for one, and nobody believes you. Secondly, you can easily debate and debunk anybody who is a conspiracy theorist as you claim us to be. But the simple fact of the matter is, everything that we talk about winds up lining up every single goddamn time. Even recently with the whole Anita Sarkeesian thing, Double Fine put out that statement. They didn't put out a statement. It was like for her little resume thing, where they quite literally said she came in and showed them weaknesses they didn't even know they had, which is quite literally what we've been saying. And the reason why you won't come on and debate nobody and show us what's really going on is because what we're saying is the truth.
Well, I think that. Go ahead, Wizard. Good.
No, I think there is something to be said though with his video. Well, he's got two videos, because the first one, and I made a big stink about this last week, in the first video about how he's talking about how he beat the haters and he was right, for whatever that means. He's wearing a Project Helix hoodie. That is the most I'm a shill thing you could possibly do. The second video is, you think we could all be bought and sold, and And oh, well, it actually is $200 for these 2 items in the box. Wait. So that means the floor for what this box is worth is $200. And I don't think we're like, so okay, so that means we're starting at 200. It only goes up from there. All of the other shit that's in that box needs to be printed, manufactured, shipped in. It all has a cost. Shipping the actual box has a cost. You're looking.
Did
at
he
close
not
to
go over
$300.
every item in that box, or he only picked like 2 items in that
No,
box?
he picked 2 items out of it.
He picked the 2, and then he tracked them down, and then he found the pricing on 2 of the items in the box. The rest of the shit in the box, he didn't give numbers for. So. All right, so now let's just say let's play conservatively, and let's say it's $250.
Careful, he's afraid of that word.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're doing it from the budget, not politics. Budgetary. Let's say it's $250. It's not. It's more than that. There's no way it's less than that. Okay, multiply that out by how many creators got it, and then how many do you think we don't know about that got it? How many of the journalists got something of this sort? Okay. And then you're going to try to tell me, you're going to try to tell all of us that a small indie company did this. Look, we all
real quick. Will you highlight Weenie for Sweeney's comment, because Wizard's about to explain. Weenie, he says, why do we care exactly?
Where did you see? I don't see that. That's fine. Good. Anyway,
because the narrative that is being pushed, the narrative that is being astroturfed is that this is some small indie company that was able to afford many hundreds of dollars of gift boxes that were then sent to journalists and content creators. Get the hell out of here. We all on this panel talk to and have spoken to in the past indie developers. Most of them don't have a pot to piss in. And you're going to try to tell us that this is a small indie company that didn't get any kind of funding, that didn't get any taxpayer benefits. Now, here's something else I said last week. And Leon and Sevi did a good job of showing, some evidence there. What I have found, and I wish I had a real nail to it on this, is that there is a very, very strong correlation, and I haven't found the smoking gun yet, that links the Australian government to this project, specifically because the Australian government has, and we kind of mentioned it last week, specific programs that they give free money away for engagement. If you can prove that you get X amount of impressions, X amount of engagement on an art project, they'll give away free money. That is most likely the most legitimate source of where the funding came from this game, because I think it's unlikely that Annapurna gave it away knowing how much this thing was going to cost and knowing how much this was going to be AstroTurf. Of course they're involved, but there's an even stronger chance that the government's involved.
Well, to be fair, the government is involved, at least with the tax incentives and whatnot, which is what I covered in my video. And I actually didn't put this in the video, and I should have, and I kicked myself for not doing it afterwards. So while they get granted $90,000 1 year, $140,000 1 year, they actually the full step-by-step process for how they grant it. There's 3 phases of production. They will do, I believe it was 100 up to 150,000 per phase, or a grand total of up to 500,000 throughout the entire project's run. So let's say that I don't know how much it got. I cannot find the sales figure or the funding figures for 2024 or 2025. And we definitely wouldn't have any for 2025, 2026 yet. But it seems like their most recent ones are from 2023, 2024. But the fact is, Mixtape itself, while it didn't get the full funding, got a solid 40% of 40 or 50% of what the VIC screen alone's max is, and that's not including all the other things they fund. I mean, they ended up doing, I think it was $46 million worth of funding projects just in 2023 and 2024. Mixtape's just a small piece of that pie, so this is stretched out way further than video games. Point is, you're right on the money, and then Mixtape isn't even actually the most egregious form of it.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it here on panel. I've had, because I do the whole fake portal thing, I've had people reach out to me on behalf of companies in the EU that are like, hey, we want to give you all this free stuff if you're going to promote this game. And then I don't even answer, because I look up the game and I could track back directly to EU tax dollars going into these games. So these are for-profit games that are funded by taxpayers that don't know that that money is going to these projects, and it's all for engagement. It has nothing to do with sales. So wait a second. So that means taxpayers, and I'm sure this is happening in the U.S. too. We're paying taxes. That tax money is going to these projects. They're being able to create these projects for free, and then all of the money that they make on top of it is just liquid gold at that point because they're not paying to make the thing. We are.
You know, one question people don't seem to ask, and I wonder if the people who defend this game, you know, or at least lie about this game or gaslight this about this game. So all these press kits went out, and all these content creators filmed with the press kits and stuff like that. Exactly how many of them were critical about this game in any capacity?
Great question.
Literally none that I found.
I haven't seen a single be critical. Was PC Gamer harsher on it? There was one publication that was harsher.
The only outlet that was semi harsh on it. They gave it a 7 out of 100.
Did they get a kit? Yeah. Did they get a kit?
I would assume they would, but I don't have proof either way.
Well, to be fair, the kit would likely go to a specific journalist, a specific. Maybe they had multiple people write on it, because like IGN will do this. For example, they'll have some people review one game, they'll have the same person review or a different person review the same game, and like you'll get different scores depending on what journalist is doing it. So maybe a journalist at PC Gamer got the kit, and maybe it's not the same one that actually did the review. Because I mean, while they are a monolith and that all these journalists suck, they're not necessarily a monolith and that they all align. Like we'll come to the same conclusion. You'll see people from IGN kind of back and forth on it. Be like, oh well, I liked Veilguard. It's like, oh well, I liked Max Payne more. Shit like that.
Well, I was just curious of those that received the kits and showed that they received kits, how many of them were critical of the game in any capacity? Because I've reviewed games that are socially controversial, and people know I'll say the good, the bad, the ugly about the game, even if it's the game that has fucking pronouns in it, like Forza. We'll call out the nonsense, but we're also not going to pretend like the game's not a good game in and of itself afterwards. So if I could do that, why can't they do that? Why are they incapable? I haven't seen a single one, and if there is one, I would love to see it because I see people getting kits. And then in the next tweet, I'm seeing them saying, I'm not bought off. And anybody who thinks that is a fucking conspiracy theorist and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you're getting all this shit from all these studios and you're never critical about any of them. And then you're mad at other people getting critical about the games that you're receiving shit from. And then I start to question, like when people start to look at that and they say, okay, well, it just seems, I'm just telling you my opinion. It seems like you're a little bit bought and paid for. They get upset over that. It's like, why are you getting upset over that?
When they all start using the same words too. You know, it'd be one thing if everybody was giving it 9s and 10s and they all had unique insight into it.
Right.
But when all of them sound the same and they all use the nostalgia, because they are given, and this is legitimate. This is a
guideline.
They're given a guideline of things that you know you might experience with this thing. We know that it happens in movies because when critics and journalists go in to see movies, they're handed kind of this like card of things that like inspired the movie, and it's like, well, we wanted people to feel nostalgia, right? Like that's kind of the thing that would be on the card for this game.
Well, keep in mind, it's not just give you a guideline of what to say; it's give you a guideline of what not to say, right? Remember the guideline that Sony Pictures got when it came to Spider-Man and what they were allowed to do and not do with Spider-Man. They literally said, basically anybody else could be gay, but Spider-Man cannot. He is not a homosexual. It said flat out on the list, like he cannot be gay, right? He can also not be seen doing anything that's remotely, like I think they said specifically drugs or violence. He's not a killer unless he's wearing the black suit. If he's wearing the symbiote suit, then he can do things that are unethical technically. It's a little bit more open-ended at that point, but they give you guidelines of what you can say and can't say. So these people all, and unfortunately they're not exactly very creative. This is an industry filled with people that are literally just waiting for their next fucking free gift and pretending as if like that's not happening, and then they get upset at you, gaslight you, and say that you are whatever for noticing the pattern. It's like, bro, all of you guys are calling this a masterpiece. You guys are reading from the same script, brother. Like, what's going on?
It's important to stress that it's not even necessarily the press kits. It's just the access. That's what they need. That's how they stay ahead of like theoretically all of us. That's how they just continue to have relevancy. They get their early review codes so that they can cover the game before everyone else and, get their bullshit out there. and sometimes even deliberately create this type of controversy. That's really what is important more than any press kit, more than any bribe that indirectly or directly they can be given.
Right.
That's what they will get on their knees for.
That's really important, Cass, what you're saying. And to add to that, remember in 2014, with the Gamers Are Dead articles, we discovered that there are group chats where they're constantly discussing together what they're going to post en masse. They all consider each other friends, and they look at us like we're peasants, and they're just making money off of the industry, and they think that they're better than all of us. So this has always been a thing. It's not just solely about getting access to the game or getting access to the kit, or this is like on a friendship, high society level. They think that they're better than the people that are playing the video games. It's much bigger than that, and we've seen this now for over a decade in video games.
It's so funny you say that, because think about what their number one projection is. It's always about what do they always fucking complain about?
The money.
It's always about money. Their number one projection is money and conspiracy, meaning they always accuse you, or let me rephrase, they always accuse YouTubers of getting together in group chats and trying to essentially, I guess, attack the same thing at the same time. But it's like, brother, you guys literally do that. Like, you guys are known to be doing that. We know you have Discord chats that you do that. So it's projection. And then on top of that, it's about the money. They project about the money all the time because they're the ones that are actually getting paid from the industry.
But
we're just getting paid.
They also do it with, and this is what I think is actually really telling.
Yeah.
The fake nuance that, so, you know, Melee was talking about the friendships and whatnot. Well, then you've got like fake dissent where you've got Paul Tassi coming out being like, look, I played mixtape. It wasn't really for me, but I don't get what the hullabaloo is about. What? Because IGN gave it a 10. It's like, don't do that fake nuance bullshit. You know exactly why people are upset. You know exactly why IGN's mad that or people are mad that IGN gave it a 10. When you say things like, look, it wasn't for me, but I don't get it. You're trying to like fake being this fence sitter dude when we all know, like, we're not retarded.
It's not even just fence sitting. It's muddying the waters purposefully.
They don't
want discourse to actually happen. You know, me and Melee, we talk about this all the time because it's so fucking annoying. Like seeing the inability for people to actually have discourse without losing their fucking minds in one way or another is just so sickening. But at the end of the day, like what those kind of people do is they gaslight the average person on Twitter by pretending like they don't understand why things are the way they are. I don't get it. If you just don't like it, don't play it, kind of a thing. Like They you could call them sweepers, whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they all know that what they saw was shit. And if they weren't necessarily paid to promote it or whatever, or there's no benefit for them to do so, then in order to keep their image of supposed honesty, they'll just be like, yeah, it really wasn't for me, like Leon said. But, you know, I don't get what the bad thing about it is. I don't understand why people are losing their mind over it.
That's a problem. That's a massive problem, because if you say it's not for you, that means there's something about it that you don't like. Thus, you can't sit here and say you don't see a problem if there's a problem if you don't like it.
Yeah,
there's a contradiction in the statement.
Well, they also like to say that, oh, I'm sure people are going to be totally normal about this game, right? Like they immediately try to make people they make people seem evil or bad for having an obvious organic reaction to it. And again,
it's lampshading. It's what it is.
It's impossible for them to look at it and say that this is an organic reaction, because these are the most inorganic people on the planet. So for them, it's like if something is reacted to this big, with this much energy, I guess, whatever the word is, they'll look at that and they're like, there's no way that could be organic. There's no way that could be real. This is why they lie about the initial Gamergate and all that, because they don't want to admit that all of this has been an organic reaction to, well, the first one was about ethics and journalism, obviously, and then we all know SBI started the second one, but they don't want to admit that this is an organic reaction from a mass amount of people that look at something that they know is bullshit. They see that it's bullshit. They smell that it's bullshit. It looks like bullshit, and the industry is the only one that's trying to convince you that it's not bullshit.
And then of organic reactions, you're busy playing Slay the Spire, Atreus, or do you have thoughts on this?
Really?
Why? What the fuck was the point of that?
And anyway, what's even more disgusting and disgraceful from these fucking cowards is the fact that they purposely, because they know that they overstepped their boundaries and everyone is just like looking at this reaction like, the fuck is, like, clearly something is wrong. We don't know how the puppet is being controlled, but clearly we know someone's controlling you fucking puppets, obviously. Right. And they go so far as to misrepresent our arguments by saying that everyone's calling this game woke. Like, no, everyone's saying that this game is shit and that the way you guys are glazing it is totally fucking bullshit. Clearly, it's inorganic, it's fake. You are being fake. And you are being, quite frankly, indirectly or directly, I don't know, bribed in order to give this inorganic push to this bullshit ass game.
If you want to call it a game, yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think there needs to be more transparency too in terms of how the government is spending money on this, because every single government does it, right? There's an article that came out a couple of days ago that said that Canada gave Ubisoft $2 million.
Fuck, Kay. Come on, games. You goddamn communist.
Oh, Canada's the worst. The second you see a game's developed in Montreal, it's over, bro. Like, it's
we know.
Yeah, and they're just
$2 million Canadian, it's like $12. Like,
realistically, it's like nothing. But,
but I mean, they still closed a bunch of studios in Canada there. So I mean, like, they give the money, I think, willy-nilly to all these game studios. And there is no accountability for it. And they have earmarks. You know those have requirements in terms of what you need to do and like whatever propaganda they want to push in it.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
To go off what Cassie was saying, you're talking about the inorganic aspect of it, talking about whether these people are being bribed or not. It's also a two-pronged attack. They're doing it from both sides, because let's take this all the way back to several months ago when what was that company, the feminist fucking Karen group out of Australia.
Collective Shout.
The right-wing group Collective Shout. That was, how does a nobody nothing organization like that, just that's got like 12 members, whatnot, like shake up Visa and MasterCard? Well, again, you look it's Australia. They've got ties to the Australian government, just like VicScreen. And that was a right-wing group, don't forget. So there's obviously money going into the extreme aspects on both sides to try and generate this cultural shift.
And I think like one thing that you're not keeping in mind is that the government has 3 different programs in Australia to give money to companies, right? So we have VicScreen, which is the one that we covered a lot. There is digital games incentive, and there is Screen as well, Screen NSW. So they also have that there. So they have a bunch of different programs, not just VicScreen, that is giving money to game developers, to push whatever it is they need to push. And there is no way to hold them accountable or to track the money because they don't publish it.
All right. Yeah, governments, I mean, once you start going down the rabbit hole of like what governments waste money on, you'll be here for years. Gaming is nothing different. I don't know. Like I said before many times, they will purposely misrepresent it. Cassie said it too. And they'll turn it into something like, well, you just hate this, you just hate that, you're just angry, it's this, it's that. But they know what the argument is. They just don't want other people to know what the argument is. So they just muddy the waters so that people have a hard time finding the discourse around it and understanding, all right, well, people are angry because it's clearly a fucking what they perceive to be an industry plant. And here's XYZ reason why. I'll tell you like this. Nobody would care about a game like this. Nobody gives a fuck about a game like Mixtape. You know how many video games like Mixtape come out on Steam every year? Fucking hundreds. All right. There's so many video games like Mixtape that come out that are super low gameplay. They're basically just movies, and they're just narrative experiences. You farm achievements in and you just move on. This game is nothing special in any aspect other than the obvious insane amount of funding that it has that is from Annapurna. And clearly something that a studio that is supposedly relying on the profits from the first game would never have access to. If you are trying to convince people out there that the first game's supposed success because it got a BAFTA is somehow enough to support everything that we've seen Mixtape get, you're full of shit. And you know you're full of shit. It's clear as day. You can, and like Atreya said, you're not going to come out and necessarily counter anyone's argument. You're just going to try to gaslight people and muddy the waters because you know that the argument's not false. You know it's true. You're going to really sit up there and say Annapurna hasn't overly invested in this game for whatever that reason may be, just like they do most of their games. That's the reason why they came in and swept for the first game when the first game didn't even get its Kickstarter funded. They came into like, oh, we like the idea behind this. We're going to fund the shit out of this. And that's exactly what they did. Did they make their buddy back? No, because she's a daughter of the fucking Larry Ellison, man. She's a billionaire. This is not about money. And this is why when people react to that,
the Dark Knight, it's about sending a message.
Right. That's literally what it is. And then they'll try to say, "Oh, it's not about that." No, it is, bro. Like
now, mind you, we don't even when we say it's all about sending a message. That doesn't even inherently mean like left wing woke politics or whatnot. It is just whatever the message they deem is more important than the money.
I honestly believe that a lot of this has to do with what happened last year. I really do. I think that not even just last year, honestly, the last 2 years, the spotlight from the AAA industry and the industry as a whole has been completely stolen by essentially indies. And I think what this is they're trying to put money into this project and make it seem like it's an organic indie to try to squeeze into that space and steal the spotlight back for a major publisher like Annapurna.
Because that takes us back to Subnautica 2, because Subnautica 2, whether it's a good game or not is irrelevant, is doing the same thing. It is the exact same play.
But the thing is, I believe that not that we have a misunderstanding. I just think people tend to forget that success for the industry, at least that part of the industry, like gaming media, shills, all that stuff, success for the industry has nothing to do with how much the game sells. Success for the industry is whether or not it's highly rated by their own, because they care about like maintaining that control and the narrative over the
to be fair, that's when I talk about Subnautica 2, that's what I mean. Like when it comes to the narrative, Krafton wants to weave this narrative that that they're not a multi-billion-dollar organization. That they are Subnautica 2 is just the follow-up successor to a scrappy indie underdog story, which the first one was. It's the narrative that Krafton wants to build, is that they are just out here supporting indies. Hey, we're the good guys. They're doing the Annapurna playbook. It's the exact same.
Right. So again, for them, it's not about how much the game sells. It's about what they can
for Krafton is, because there's a $200 million bonus on the line.
Yes, obviously. But like for the industry, it is all about their scores and how they make games look. They feel like they're the arbiters of how successful a game can or cannot be by either giving it a good score, bad score, or whatever. Like they're basically like the fucking mafia
thought
dons.
They could ruin Crimson Desert by giving it 6 and 7s.
Right. They thought that about a lot of games, though. They've given a lot of good video games 6s and 7s, thinking that, whatever. It's so amazing how they will overthink the story in Mouse PI for Hire and say that it doesn't, take itself seriously enough. But then you have this fucking game with a story that is anything but serious.
It has no story.
They're like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm reliving my childhood. Yeah, what are you all fucking criminals and arsonists or something? Like, is that what you believe yourself to be?
People tend to also forget the fact. They also tend to forget that back in 2020, The Last of Us 2 was AstroTurf to hell and fucking back. Now, granted, it did sell, but the hype around it was absolutely manufactured. Meanwhile, the actual good game, Ghost of Tsushima, which released a couple weeks later, was the obviously better game as far as gameplay, storytelling, character development, and visuals go. Like, it won in every aspect of it as it stands. Like, awards be damned.
Speaking of Tsushima, we're gonna talk about supposedly Yotei multiplayer mode getting canceled just 2 months after launching. That's interesting. Didn't Tsushima's multiplayer last like over a year?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it lasted for a while.
Like
we got a wild Gooch in the chat.
Eric July, we played the shit out of that game.
Who's in the chat? Oh, Gooch. What's up, Gooch? How you doing, brother?
What's going on,
Congratulations on your new happy marriage, my friend.
Oh, you got married, Gooch?
Congratulations.
What's his name, man? That's awesome. Shout out, Gooch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Gooch. Love you, Gooch. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I gotta troll you.
I'm surprised you aren't going to talk about the player count thingy, majigger.
Oh no, we are. The Ghost of Yotei thing's gonna be later. We're gonna get into PlayStation right now. That's what you're talking about, right? PlayStation numbers. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that because that's gonna take a little while. All right. Any final thoughts on the mixtape thing before we move on?
Yeah, I got a thought on it, and I know that this is wishful thinking. I really know this is wishful thinking, but what I was hoping this conversation in the general Twitter sphere would go to is how many games have a perpetuity license? Do you know how expensive it is to do? We need to advocate for better rights in video games for music, because there's so many games where the music is what creates the atmosphere of it.
Right.
And they get destroyed with remasters, remakes. I mean, not even Grand Theft Auto does this. The only game I can think of that's held on to their licenses is like Brutal Legend. And I want there to be a bigger conversation online overall to fight for the rights to video games, to have this music
Guitar
tied
Hero
to
and
it
Rock
long-term.
Band style games do that. Like I would imagine
I would
they do, but I don't know. I would assume they do.
But like, think, okay, like Tony Hawk changed a generation. And then you get the Tony Hawk remasters, and it's missing half the soundtrack. Like, to me, that's criminal.
That was the selling point for me. So when Tony Hawk 1 and 2 came out, because I haven't gotten the 3 and 4 remakes, when Tony Hawk 1 and 2 came out, that was the deciding factor was what are they doing with the soundtrack? Well, depending on what they're doing with the soundtrack will dictate whether or not I get the game. Now, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is one of my favorite video games literally of all time. The majority of the soundtrack was there. I think it was missing like two or three songs. Like, you know what? All the bangers are here. The things that I want to skate to. You know, I want to skate to fucking Gorilla Radio. I want to skate to Bring the Noise. I want to skate to Blood Brothers, Papa Roach. That was all in there, and I was like, all right, cool. That's good enough for me. I don't know. I don't know how that soundtrack was handled in the 3 and 4 remake. I haven't looked into it.
It's funny you mentioned Grand Theft Auto because that game, you know, billions of dollars in budget, you know, and the most successful video game franchise, and even they don't do perpetuity. So it just goes to show. You know,
music in general is one of the most mishandled properties when it comes to media. Like it has some of the most flip-floppy rules and policies and other kinds of shit that just either A gets violated, B gets forgotten, and expires or some shit like that. It's so fucking ass backwards. Like it doesn't even translate like platform to platform. Like it can be fine on one platform, but then on the other platform it's like nope, not here, and it's because just the policies are weird like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't think anybody else is going to start doing what Mixtape is doing though, because again, that requires quite an investment that supposedly a totally indie studio can 100% do.
Yeah, Annapurna. Wow, the company that had a complete walkout in 2024. Like, there's so much weird shit.
It's crazy how people forgot about that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how often it happens with video games, like in terms of delistings of music and whatnot. It is something you see a lot of in anime. Chibi Reviews was recently talking about it. It's like, dude, if Amazon or Crunchyroll or whatnot, like, just doesn't renew the rights to the license and it gets yanked from the platform, and then nobody else buys the rights. Now the only way to get to watch the anime is either on piracy sites, which you may or may not advocate for, or to own the physical media. Have you ever tried importing a fucking 12-episode DVD of Erased or whatever from Japan? At 12 episodes, the shoe was over $200.
Bring FYE back.
Dude, facts. That's where I got so much anime back in the day.
Summer Days has been asking me this question since I was in your chat last night. For 189, he says, "You sure there's no amount to kick Leon?" Just realized I've had your back, man. I said, nope, you're priceless.
The amount to kick Leon, is $50, and I'll get kicked instead.
50. I'm not cheap like that. God
damn. Yeah. Unlike these fucking game journalists that sell their souls for $200, Hypno won't do it. So,
Demon Carol for it too. Can't wait for Leon to stream Open Waters. That'll be good. You from Ego to 5 betrays. Don't listen to these haters. Those colored watches aren't transcoded. Trans don't own colors. That's a white people thing. Fuck is he talking about?
Oh, he's talking about Hypno.
You got a trans watch?
Yeah, you got a true watch? What's going on?
He's talking about
What?
those new APs that dropped.
You got a trans watch, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what he's got.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, UFO Mega. Tails with the Ramus for a 10. Just here to give some support for you all. Part of the ever-growing following of Melee Games, so always enjoying K. And recently come to know and Fake Wizard. Top-tier spellcaster, that one. Cheers, lads.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
that,
Ramus.
Tails. Thank you so much. We got Sky with a 5. When you show, you will sell out. Wait, what? When you show, you will sell out. Every company will contact you to show for them. Shilstein lists when these shitiots, that's a cool name, need a public badge of shame. They do have a public badge of shame. They usually have their partnership, shown on Twitter. Like some of them have the Xbox logo, some of them have the PlayStation logo. It just all depends.
Some of them have the IGN logo.
Yeah. Spirit with a 489. People who hate conspiracy theories are usually engaged in conspiracies, or their paycheck is dependent on going along. Yeah, 100% on going along with them. And that's what it is. Listen, I never. Journalists, they could get their bag. I don't give a fuck. Like, get money doing what you want. But you're not going to come up here and pretend like everybody else seeing things with their own eyes, hearing things with their own ears is not actually happening. Like that's where it's like that's where we have that obvious disconnect. And let's be real, we're never gonna see eye to eye on, at least publicly anyway. Because you know what's so funny about all this is that when you really get down to it and you see what games these motherfuckers are playing, they're not playing the games that they're promoting on Twitter. They're not playing the games that they swear that they want to see more of. They're playing the same fucking games that every other goddamn normie's playing, which is usually your Call of Duties, your fucking whatever, like your Elden Rings. Like they're playing the same shit everybody else is playing, but they just don't want you to know about it. So they'll put on Twitter, oh yeah, you got to play this amazing game. Yeah, mixtape stole my life. I saw myself in it. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about it. Free Expression Warrior with a 2. OpenAI now supports those net censorship bills. Oh, there you go. Another 2. Ted Cruz states the objective is to pass COSA soon. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alucard with a 2. Who here played Remnant 1 and 2?
It's funny you say that.
I played
part 1 right now.
I've tried to get into the hype. I just don't get it. Like a lot of people was trying to compare him to Souls likes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not seeing it.
Well, me and Hypno are streaming the first one right now on our respective gaming channels, and like he's been saying the same thing a lot. It's like, look, yeah, you could dodge roll and shit like that, but it's beyond that. It's nothing really like a Souls game. It's just some vague similarities. I'm really loving the first one. Like, I can't wait till we beat this one and we move to the second one eventually. We'll probably do a different game in between or whatnot, but I'm loving the first one.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But you can't go into it expecting Dark Souls. You're not going to get it.
Well, I mean, when I played of it with a friend, I thought it was pretty interesting. We just never got around to continuing to play it. But trying to play it by myself, I just didn't get it. I just didn't get the hype. I really wanted to like it. I was trying to.
It's funny. I don't think I would like it near as much if I weren't playing it with Hypno. Like as a solo game, I don't think I would like it as much.
Exactly.
And that's why I never got into Gears of Wars, because like I tried playing it solo and I was like, this is the same my thing. And everyone's like, dude, you got to play co-op with some friends. It's like, okay, fair enough. Gears of Wars is just like that. But yeah, no, a la carte, either on Hypno show or mine every Tuesday and or Thursday, roughly 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come check us out.
Nice promotion.
I got you.
To be fair, it's definitely a co-op focused video game. You could tell from the moment you start playing the game. Once you get done with the tutorial, they're like, hey, the game's joinable, and it's definitely a better co-op system than your, typical Souls game. So you can play the whole game co-op. So it's obviously meant for that. So yeah, I think solo would obviously be the weaker experience. But anyway, kicking down with it too. They can add sugar to shit, but it still be shit. That's fair.
True.
Got a Coley with a 5. I wonder if the music licensing behind mixtape is being used to hide money laundering of tax money.
This is a good theory, because if it goes to a major loss, yeah, similar to like these Looney Tunes films that they're trying to shelve just for the sake of making their money back, right, through taxes and shit. I think that's a good theory. I don't know if there's any basis at this point, but you could be ahead of the curve here.
Well, I mean, taxes in general is money laundering and theft, and really the government is the biggest money laundering organization in the world. So,
yeah,
it's so funny how like the mainstream gaming media does not want you to ask questions about anything. Like just literally consume and move on. They're like, oh, why don't you guys just talk about the game? And then when you talk about the game, they're like, yeah, but you can't talk about the game like that though. you got to talk about the game the way I want you to talk about the game. And then they're like, oh, you're only doing this for money. Ignore the fact that I only do this for money, but you're doing it for money. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. This is ridiculous. Thank you, Kiata Coley. Appreciate that.
It'd be so interesting if this is Larry Ellison funneling money into it for some kind of tax break with Oracle.
No, I see. Maybe, but I don't think it's that deep. I think that people underestimate how retarded fathers get when it comes to their little girls. Like as old as she is, and she's a grown ass woman and shit. At the end of the day, when your daughter comes to you and is like, "Daddy, I just want $2 billion," Larry, who treats $2 billion like $5, like, yeah, sure, sweetie, no problem. What do you want to do now? Like,
and give me an ice cream cone too.
Well, don't forget the G4 revival only existed because Homeboy bought it for his son because his son wanted to bring G4 back. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, don't underestimate parents wasting their fucking, especially like we're talking about one of the richest people in the world. Okay, like, don't underestimate them wasting fucking money on their their offspring. Adair with a 5, and you know what's the best example of co-op? The journalism game industry did Stellar Blade with Dirty with the Hard R. Yes, they all planned that. It's been proven. Literally, a YouTuber who was playing it early access shared a screenshot on a Discord server with multiple journalists showing the Hard R, and they all coordinated the supposed controversy with the Hard R once the NDA was lifted, and then they all cited him for the screenshot. So there you go.
this is how you know they're tourists, because anyone who's actually a gamer is not offended by hard R. Like,
Right.
that's how you know they're like outsiders that think that they're better than us and don't actually care about the art of video games.
Well, they were very desperate at that point. Like Stellar Blade was just winning and winning and winning in the public perception. They were looking for any reason to shit on that game, and they thought they finally found it. And so the hard R thing, it got censored, and people still didn't care. They were just like, we're still buying the game. They were pissed about it. Don't get me wrong, but you know,
I'm convinced that they're just more pathetic than that. Honestly, when you look at how these people run, like at this point, they're just any rational thought of, oh, this is good. Well, we're just gonna shit on it. Oh, this is bad. Oh, we're gonna prop it up. Like, look at the Michael Jackson movie. I just saw it. Pretty solid film. One of the better biopics. They were absolutely fucking hammered that shit like chop meat.
Well, to be fair, from every Michael Jackson fan, and I am when I haven't seen it yet, that I've heard it from, have all unanimously and damn near simultaneously said, if you're a Michael Jackson fan, you're gonna fucking love it. If you're looking for a movie, it's ass. That's where everybody I've heard from. So they give glowing reviews.
It's not like a phenomenal film. It's good. It's solid. To sit here and give it like a 3, are you fucking retarded?
A 3 might be insane.
That is legitimately insane.
You know the reason
a lot of
they're doing
people,
that, right?
There's a lot of people that don't like biopics, in all fairness, too. So there's that, which I can understand if you don't like biopics. They're not for everybody, but it doesn't mean it's a bad film.
Well,
it's actually more accurate than I thought it would be.
But
it does have some in there.
You know why the mainstream media and like basically these movie reviewers, movie critics, the whole nine, those sort of journalists, they're doing something very similar to what the games journalists do. So all the bad reviews that happen, so right as the movie came out, there miraculously happened to be a few new accusations against Michael Jackson, which happened to tie back to some of the media companies that were reviewing the film. So it's another case of if you follow the money. These film reviewers all got together in some big group, said, let's dogpile all on this movie because of these new accusations, because we can push narratives, because there's money to be had in promoting the negativity of these new baseless, by the way, accusations.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's my entire point. Like, they're just going against like what they know how everyone's going to feel about these particular pieces of entertainment, because it's going to create controversy. They're going to write 100 articles that otherwise would have never happened if they actually made rational points in the first place. But these are irrational, desperate fucking people that are about to lose their job to AI because they are worthless fucking losers.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be interesting. All right, couple more, and then we're gonna get into PlayStation's nonsense. We got Alucard with a 2. I'm playing it right now, solo, unfortunately. Oh, Remnant. Well, at least you're still playing it though.
Maybe Blackstreet might do a co-op run of that. I don't know.
But by the way, Ryuga, no, it's not just for rage clickbait. That's the wrong mentality. There's absolutely money making schemes behind it that go far beyond rage and clickbait. That doesn't really get journalists anywhere anymore, because people go to YouTube for that. They'd rather watch the authenticity of YouTubers and things like that. So they have to come up with other mechanisms, and oftentimes that's going to large funding bodies spread a narrative.
Shit, tell that to Kotaku Kenny. That motherfucker making every character gay just for rage. He's like, hey, this new Pokemon game? Yeah, let me tell you about this Pokemon that just became trans. And then you read the fucking article, and it's like, well, the game's a glitch, and usually it's a female-only Pokemon, but it accidentally put in a male, and now fans are saying how they totally want this character to be able to have a male-to-female option or whatever. It's like,
I can just feel Wizard's ears burning while we talk about Pokemon.
I know.
Without him.
I know. He's over there pretending to care about 2 old women fighting. Little Jace Halo says, I'm just asking questions. Jesse Ventura.
I was just asking questions. Just asking questions.
Toradol with a 2. When it's not their money, it's not about money. They're literally using somebody else's money to do this. Sales, profits, that's irrelevant. Exactly. Exactly. Now, Poor Soul with a 10. Some people say Hypnotic was born with a hammer and nails, while others say Melee K was born with a hammer and a sickle. That's fucking hilarious.
Damn.
That's actually fucking hilarious, bro. Wow. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Speaking of hilarious, so something major happened. Okay. Something that nobody thought would ever happen, myself included, by the way. PlayStation has decided that they apparently want to be transparent. Although the level of transparency is still the level of transparency to be questioned. But regardless, here's what we got. So PlayStation is testing a new beta feature where apparently you can see the amount of players that a certain video game had for the week, not the day, not the concurrent players, but how many players the game supposedly had for a week on their platform, their specific platform, obviously. Now, there's a lot to question here, because we know kind of how PlayStation rolls, and you're gonna have a lot of PlayStation defenders out here who, by the way, have vehemently told us many times that PlayStation does not discuss numbers. Now, all of a sudden, they're discussing numbers. You start to have to ask why that is, right? So they're testing this feature, and here's some of the numbers that people have discovered during the beta, the beta test. So apparently, Fortnite had 14.6 million players in 1 week on PlayStation. Grand Theft Auto 5 had 5.13 million players in a week. Minecraft had 4.97 million players. Call of Duty, this is the one that I'm really, confused about, 4.95 million players. Apex Legends, 1.72 million. Marvel Rivals, 1.58 million. Battlefield 6, 1.51 million. And Arc Raiders, 972,000. I think there is more, but do you guys notice which game is missing from here?
Marathon.
Battlefield. Oh no, Battlefield.
Marathon's the first one I thought of.
Yeah.
Where's Marathon at?
Well, real quick, when you said Call of Duty confuses you, is it because that's a franchise and they didn't list the number like they did Battlefield?
No, so Call of Duty confuses me because here's the thing with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is multiple video games in one, right? So when they track Call of Duty numbers, it's I forgot which one. It's like Modern Warfare, it's Warzone, it's Black Ops 6, it's Black Ops 7. It's multiple games. All they're all coming into that number. It's not all the games, but it's the vast majority of the recent ones over the last few years that are in that Call of Duty number. So that's the reason why the number confuses me a little. On top of the fact too that I could go based off some of the most recent numbers, but I believe Black Ops 7 sold about 40 some odd % on PlayStation, and it sold almost 30% on Steam. So the PC number wasn't that far behind, right, for Black Ops 7. Meanwhile, the concurrent player count in a day at its prime, not right now, but at its prime, was like 100,000. But right now, what is it at right now? Let me look at, if you go to specifically, well, actually, I can't even go specifically. I can only go Call of Duty. Call of Duty as a whole right now in 24 hours on the weekend is averaging 44,000 concurrent in a day. On a weekend, on the weekday, it drops to like 30 to 35. So on Steam, that's about 200,000 to 300,000 players, give or take. Usually, when you have that level of concurrent player count, so that's about let's just say 300,000 players that are playing this game throughout the week on Steam. So if PlayStation sold only like 15% more, how the fuck are they averaging millions upon millions? I mean, maybe it's Warzone. It's probably Warzone, right? I gotta imagine.
It must be Warzone. It has to be.
That's the only thing.
Modern Warfare, or it could be Modern Warfare 2, because a lot of people still play Modern Warfare 2.
Warzone's free, right?
Entry for Warzone.
Yeah, Warzone is free.
Lower,
Warzone
right?
is free.
Yeah. And these free-to-play games are always going to be higher. I mean, GTA is the outlier, right?
Right. Of course. And that's another thing I was going to bring up, but we'll save that for a couple minutes. So anyway, this is the top 8. I don't know if Marathon has any numbers. I don't think it does, and I find that to be extremely suspicious. Maybe they're only testing it with certain live service video games, but then you have to wonder, why is Grand Theft Auto up there? Specifically Grand Theft Auto 5,
This is
obviously
a
the
safe
GTA
list.
Online.
That's just what it is.
It's a safe list.
They're not
Very
getting into
safe.
the weeds with anything else. Like, this is, what can you say about this, really, in the grand scheme of things?
Well, you can say one thing. Where's the Sony exclusives?
Well, I mean, that makes sense, though. I mean, we know that most people are playing live service games. So this doesn't shock me. The top 8 games doesn't shock me. I'm just wondering why. Like, why do this?
And nobody's really playing, like, Spider-Man 2, like, consistently for multiple years straight. Like, they have, like, their live service games that they've personally put out, but those are also, like, still, most of them didn't actually make it out alive, so let alone actually get released.
There's no Counter-Strike on PlayStation 5, by the way. Not Counter-Strike 2 anyway. So I don't know if you're being serious or trolling.
It had to be a troll.
Had to be. So all the typical games are, and it's actually kind of sad, right? Because when you think about it, you know, PlayStation super fans, they're telling you how important exclusives are and all that shit. Meanwhile, everything on this list is non-exclusive.
Yeah, exactly my point.
But it's also live service free to play, to be fair, except for GTA. So
yeah, but because that's what I was going to say. I mean, the top 8 doesn't really tell me nothing, because if we look on Steam, the top games the top games as far as players are always going to be outside of, you got these super releases from games that are highly anticipated, like Crimson Desert, but we're like what 2 months out from when that released. This would have been it would have been nice to see where Crimson Desert would have been on PlayStation when it released.
True.
Like all of this, none of this is surprising to me. The only thing that I took from this is where's Marathon, which you know, anybody, even the biggest Marathon fans know that this game wouldn't have even charted on here. So top 10 doesn't really tell us anything other than the same games we know we're playing. I guess, matter of fact, I'm lying. The most surprising thing is I'm surprised Marvel Rivals is still up there, because that is one of the most toxic fucking fan bases of all fucking time. I can't believe people are still playing that shit.
Okay, that should actually be proof.
Fucking people.
That should be proof that real gamers still exist, though, because the games with the most toxic fan bases always get the best. Like Halo 2.
Leon, like, I'm not talking about good toxic. I'm not talking about like hard R, you're a fucking bitch, get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can't say shit in that game.
Oh,
I'm not even worried about that. I'm talking about assholes that literally get in the game just to make sure you can't win. I'm talking about motherfuckers who don't want to play their role, motherfuckers who know they're throwing, and when the entire team says, "Hey, bro, you're throwing," they're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep throwing." It's the worst.
Oh, so League of Legends.
Yeah, okay. That's
you mean Overwatch?
When you said toxic. Okay.
You mean
Overwatch.
autistic people? Yeah, they're in everything. Just
You literally described League of Legends.
There were motherfuckers who will literally start throwing just because you called them out for missing a shot or some shit. It's like, bro, so we tell you to switch characters, and you're like, no, I'm gonna fucking play Black Widow. Fine.
But that's fucking Overwatch is that way from the fucking beginning, really. It's like motherfuckers be like, all right, we got to push the objective, and they pick Genji and go right over to the opposition and just start killing motherfuckers. What are you doing?
It's funny because I did that one time.
I hate you, Atreus.
So you get what, bro? This fucking guy. Anyway,
shit, bro.
So all right, the main question is, okay, we have this information. This is literally the same information, by the way, that you could get on the PlayStation top seller list, because it goes by revenue, right? So weekly revenue, it's literally the same list. If you do it, it's almost 1-for-1 for the game. So if now that you have this information and you can see player count for these live service games that are mostly free to play, the question now becomes, does PlayStation grow the balls and bring that to their single player games, or do they not do it?
I don't think they're excluded from it. I think it's about whether or not it gets in the top 10. That's why I feel like
I think it is excluded, because if it was, bro, if it was known, if any of these numbers were known for any of these games, it would have been posted by now. You have screenshots going everywhere, people talking about, even if the game is old, doesn't matter. They'd be like, oh, I don't know, Spider-Man's only got this, or what's another single player game? Oh, Ghost of Yotei is on it. Bro, if people knew the Ghost of Yotei numbers, they'd be posting it, whether it's old or not. They don't care. They'd be roasting it right now.
I guess what I'm saying is when it came out, when we first heard about it, it was about the top 8 games in your region. What I'm saying is I don't think that they're exclusive. Their single player games are excluded from it. It's just right now, none of them are charting in the top 10. So, for example,
so they're only doing top 10. That's it. They're not doing all games.
Yeah, it's not all games.
Like
it's only the top 8. So
these motherfuckers, bro, I swear to God, you know all these PlayStation super fans, they were like, "Oh, PlayStation's doing what Steam's doing. Now I guess people aren't going to rely on Steam charts." I'm like, they're not even close to being the same thing. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, good. Get these console gremlins the fuck off of Steam charts already. Like, they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, go glaze your play box and what your fans, your fellow fanboys are doing. Get the fuck out of Steam. Stop doing this shit. It's like annoying already.
But if it's going to be top 10 on the platform, okay, unless it's a major AAA game release, like, I don't know, Resident Evil Requiem, for example, unless it's something like that, I don't see how any of these single player games are ever going to be big enough to come close to these live service mega games that have been around forever.
But this is why, like, there's an argument that should be made that Sony needs to go back into their bag of their classics, man. Like, You need to reconsider a Killzone. You need to reconsider. You're telling me SOCOM can't chart like this? Like if you made one correctly, they want to get into. Absolutely, they want to get into the live service space. They're desperate to do it, but they think that they could do it on this like modern audience shit that just doesn't work. Like your games are unappealing as fuck. What stands out is a third-person shooter, military shooter, U.S. Navy shooter, but they don't want to do that because Shuhei Yoshida confirmed himself that he believes that Sony's just afraid to have American soldiers shooting up other countries and stuff. So they too pussy to actually make real money.
I'll say this.
Like Call of Duty 2, back when you were basically you were airing out Germans left, right, and fucking center. That was fun. Bring that back.
They don't want to, for obvious reasons. I'll say this. What's funny about this list is that you have a lot of executives that love to complain about Steam and how much money they take, 30% or whatever, right? All these execs complain about it. Epic Games complains about it. There's been some Sony execs complaining about it. Xbox executives complain about it. But yet they all take 30% on their store as well. And the hilarious thing is that these consoles are all surviving monetarily on their store from video games that aren't even exclusive to their platform by taking 30% from everything on that store. It's so funny that they're taking 30% from Fortnite. Even GTA is now, GTA 5 is multi-platform. Like GTA 6, that'll be different. But you got Minecraft, Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Marvel Rivals, Battlefield, Arc Raiders, all these games, they're taking 30% from everything. And none of these are exclusive to their platform. So what would happen to these stores if they weren't taking 30% from these massive games and their microtransactions? What would happen? I'm surprised not to see NBA up there. NBA 2K probably doesn't have the player count. It definitely has the money, but maybe not the player count.
Well, this whole list feels performative because I think all of us on this panel agree, like nothing surprises us on this list. This is Sony trying to say, hey, consoles are still good because they know the PS6 is going to come out eventually. And it's like, hey, we're justifying our numbers. See, people do play here. You should still come play here. Like, to me, this is performative. I want to know the numbers of your first party games.
Right.
I want to know what succeeds and fails that you guys actually produce. None of this surprises us. This is just you saying, hey, in the race, we still are in the console wars. We still have people using our platform. That's all it says to me.
Well, now that you say that actually kind of makes sense. Of it being performative, like you said, where it's like, there's doubt about whether or not consoles are the future. Well, I mean, if you're showing, we got 14.6 million people playing Fortnite over here, then that would quell any doubt, right? So maybe it is performative. Maybe it is to show that, hey, people are still playing on PlayStation. This is what we can offer you. But I mean, before you said that, that was kind of like my point. Like, why the fuck are we even doing this?
Well, because the general consensus is like, why would you even pay like $1,000 for a console when you can go to PC, right? Like in Canada, to get a Pro is over $1,000. It's ridiculous.
Fucking commies.
Right? You know, well, yeah. But you get what I'm saying? Like, the longer this goes on and all the hardware shit and seeing things like Nintendo constantly raise their prices, Sony raise their prices, people are like, why would I invest in a game console if I can just get a PC? So this is just Sony trying to prove, hey, regardless of all the narratives out there, people still like to be on our platform.
Well, Sony's going to show player numbers and not necessarily like revenue and stuff. And the main reason is because likely next generation, all of their games are going to be like cross generation because they know that whatever bullshit they're going to push with PlayStation 6, like a lot of people aren't going to pay more than $500 for any, PlayStation system off rip, like without, any proof that there is a library or catalog. So their answer to that is, well, we're still going to make all of our games as accessible to our community as possible. I predict that most of next generation, I mean, this generation is already justified in this, but it's going to be even more excessive next generation. All of their games, for the most part, maybe excluding one or two, are going to be multi-generational, PS5 and PS6 easily. That's how they try to keep people buying, even despite the hardware market being ass.
I think we can all agree that if PlayStation is doing this, they're not doing it because they want to be more transparent with players, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious. Like they're doing it because they feel that this information can benefit them to some extent, somehow, some way. So it's obviously heavily curated information to their benefit. And I understand that the console super fans are not going to want to admit that, you know. And anybody who thinks that this is anywhere close to the same level of Steam, you're out of your mind. It's not even close. I think that they're going to curate this list now and in the future to benefit them in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's an investor call or something along those lines to say, hey, like I think Atreus was saying, you know, we have all these video games that are proving that we have a massive amount of players enjoying our platform every day, whatever. Like anything's possible. But if you think it's for transparency, it's not. I highly doubt that. There's something else at play here. We just don't know it yet. I'm sure we'll find out somewhat of it once it's out of beta, which I don't even know when that's going to happen. I don't know if you guys know when that's going to happen, but I don't know when it's going to happen. But as of right now, it just proves that, you know, non-first party titles are what dominates these platforms. So
I mean,
that's
if I good goddamn guarantee you that if Naughty Dog decided to reach in the bag and whip out Jack and Daxter 4 or remakes like you would see that motherfucker at least for a month on this list. Like Cass hit the nail on the head when she said they need to go back to their old classics. If you revitalize the golden era of the PS2 that everybody remembers, bro, you would absolutely kill it. You would have first party numbers worth bragging about and not this multi-plat bullshit.
Nobody wants to see a Jack and Daxter 4 more than me. But I think when it comes to the pinnacle of hype, unless they would make that Jack and Daxter 4 a live service game.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Unless they would make that a live service game, I don't see it appearing in the top 10 for more than 2 weeks.
Don't even joke like that, bro, because they probably would.
Point is, I won't lie. You had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, because you're right. Nobody wants to see Jack and Daxter 4, and I was like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And he said,
nobody wants to see half
the shit. Like, okay, we could.
To Trace's point, like, also, isn't this just them justifying doing live service games? Because you look at this list and this is all free to play live service games. So when Sony constantly gets roasted for trying to produce these games by everyone else, it's like, well, hey, here's the list of the top 8 games that people are playing on our platform. That's why we're going in this direction. I don't agree with it. I hate live service shit. But I imagine there's some kind of background conversation going on between that and now Xbox getting more attention with Asha doing things like changing Xbox to all capital letters and like there's like something going on where they're just trying to be like, I'm the #1 console.
She's got some big time hello fellow gamers energy. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's multiple issues with PlayStation. Like, so last generation PlayStation primarily concentrated on pretty much almost exclusively like single player video games. A lot of those single player video games spanned anywhere from honestly AAA to single A. Like there was a variety of their single player catalog. With the PS5 generation, they transitioned from that and they were just like, well, we're going to transition to doing only AAA single player games and live service slop. And so during this generation, PlayStation realized that, wow, we don't have any like single A or AA games for the most part that kind of just we could throw out there when there's like these silent periods of nothing happening. And they've actually acknowledged this as an issue. So they definitely are, I would think, like trying to rethink their projects and just what they're doing. But they've acknowledged that this generation, they've had a major issue with all of that. They do need a variety, and that's something they've very clearly lacked this generation.
I feel like the list that we're seeing right now is the same list that the executives probably look at every time they decide what's the next game they're going to fund.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. But this is the list that justifies what they create later.
But that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying that's wrong. I think you're exactly right. But it doesn't make any sense to me because when you see your Resident Evil 9s, when you see, despite how much I hate that game so well, a lot of people played it. When you see your fucking Pragmatas, you see that people are eating that shit up. Why are you not looking to, if you're a PlayStation exec, why are you not being like, wow, look at how much these solo, these single player games are generating for our customer base? Like, yeah,
it's because it's front loaded, Leon. So like they view that and they're like, yeah, it's doing well now, but it's gonna fall off in like a month or two. Whereas they're hoping that whatever their next live service game is, they can milk it like Fortnite
they
is.
failed. Like I would get
I
that
know.
mentality, but they failed like 87 times.
Leon, I'm with you 100%, but one, we're getting outnumbered by normies. This is just a fact. Tourists are outnumbering us. Casual gamers are higher than ever.
Those are normie games.
Right. But here's the thing. Things like Pragmata, as it's been said, like once Pragmata is done, it's done. Like these games will continue to generate traffic and revenue for them forever. So they want the thing that they can squeeze the most out of. That's all it is.
You guys are missing some. You guys are missing some crucial information that recently came out from a PlayStation CEO. I think he's either CEO or VP of second and third party. He literally said that he was literally bragging that PlayStation doesn't have to actually make these types of games because their third party support is doing it for them. They don't give a fuck. Like they either want a one of these games or fuck it. They'll just keep shit slinging because basically they know that they are the normie box that just generates money like it's going out of style. And worst case scenario, things go bad, they'll just raise prices because they know that they have the normies there. They don't really, who knows? They may have less interest in making like first party stuff in general. I mean, they've clearly shown they have no problem just shutting down studios at a whim. They had their games, their live service games, and they let Bungie destroy Destiny 2. Helldivers 2, I don't know how that's doing. I can't speak for it, so I'm not going to. But literally, they let Bungie destroy Destiny 2 in order to force promote, like, in order to give Marathon a light that it didn't fucking deserve. Like, Sony has done some of the most stupidest shit and let, like, honestly, Bungie do some of the stupidest shit as well.
I just want to make sure I understand your point properly. So what you're pretty much saying is there's not really a drive for them to even make first-party games because other companies are making the investment in the software for them and they're able to host it. Yes. So they'd rather be like the Fries and Pop kind of thing and make money elsewhere than just have the actual software that anchors them. It's like you can play this anywhere, but you can play it here and we'll still make the money regardless. So we're going to focus more on our hardware or like our Plus and stuff like that than the actual software. Is that kind of the point of it?
The dude actually was bragging that third party holds it down for them. It's like fucking crazy. Like there's zero, there's zero incentive to like. He literally just called the system itself, the PS5 system, a empty plastic box. Like it is like saying the quiet shit out loud. Like it is wild and bewildering to me.
It's just so painful to hear, man, because Sony is such good first party when they've put in the effort. I'm not talking about recent first party. I'm talking about their history.
Right.
Some of the best games ever. That just sucks.
Say their history, and that's what I was about to bring up. Is when you hear fucking high up execs say shit like this, what they're actually saying is we don't care about legacy. And when I say I don't mean history, I mean what will be his. The PS5 right now could be looked at in 20 years the way we look at the PS2 if you were actually trying to build a legacy. I can't imagine not caring about legacy. That should be infinitely more than, because first of all, legacy means long-term gains. Like if you're wondering about making money in the short term with your shitty fucking live service, a trend that's going to be gone in 5 years, 10 years. I mean, nobody's going to remember those games. No one's going to be playing those games. People still break out the PS2 emulator fucking daily because that's where the shit that they remember is. What was that report that came out? I think it was last year about like some stupid high number of gamers are playing games that are more than 20 years old still. It was a notable percentage. Legacy absolutely matters here because that is your long-term game strategy, or at least it should be.
Well, PlayStation does this thing where, and honestly, it's a console-oriented thing where they just want to lead you like sheep to the next release. Like there is no real there is no real dedication to keeping long-standing games around forever. It's always been half-assed. I mean, literally you have modders and stuff like making sure that their games are accessible. And you can't tell me that the PS5 can't make an emulator for the PS5 to play all of PS1 and PS2 games in the very least.
Of course they can.
Give a fuck. Like to them that takes away potential money from their live service slot, from their latest release games that they're really good at marketing. Honestly, PlayStation is literally around as so strongly to this generation because of last generation's marketing and this generation's marketing because their games haven't been it, like their system hasn't been it. There's nothing legacy defining about the PS5 generation. It fucking sucks. And it's crazy that like even their VP is like of second and third party shit is saying this shit. And I was the one that was saying it years ago, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm leaving. Bye. And I'm the one that's hated.
Dude, like we can look back at the history of the PS3 and its fight with the Xbox 360. PS3 got dog walked initially, but man, did it pull it together a few years down the line? And it is now people remember the PS3 fondly. It built a legacy. I mean,
because it acknowledged it had cancer and got rid of it.
What do you mean?
During the PS3 generation, their CEOs acknowledged that the PS3 had cancer, and like we have major issues, and we're going to address them. We're going to address this price issue.
Oh, okay.
We're going to
I remember
first party support. We're going to address this major hack. We acknowledge that we have made a lot of mistakes, and we're going to correct them. And the first half of that generation, they absolutely addressed that. Yeah, we have cancer, and we got to get rid of that. And then it led to a prosperous, even though they still lost a fuck ton of money, a buildup, like being able to climb the mountain after literally falling off.
I'm looking at some of the responses people are saying to this thread, and it's kind of similar to I think what Leon was saying. If you look here, these numbers paint a bleak picture for the hardcore gamers that feel like they in the world are all into Pragmata or Sorrows. It's really just the same big games over and over again. A lot of us do that already, but seeing this is still like a bit of a wow moment.
Yeah,
is it
exactly.
really that shocking, though?
It shouldn't be,
It's
but
not
it still
shocking
feels
to me.
hard to hear it, right? Because the writing was on the wall back in 2017 when Jim Ryan was like, look at the PS1 and PS2 games. Those are ancient. Why would anybody want to look at that? And it's like, you're so out of touch with what people want to play. So it's been like even Cass like telling us all this stuff. It's like that should sink in and we should know it. But it's just every time we see more and more points to it where there's no hope, it just sucks. That's all it is. It's not even shocking. It's just like, ugh.
Well, I think for some people it is actually shocking. Now, again, we're all plugged in. We cover games and whatnot on the daily. We're fucking gamers, so we notice this stuff. But like you said earlier, we are now outnumbered by normies. So this is kind of the shocking wake up call for the normies. Is how I'm taking it, at least.
Well, I guess it's kind of similar to the conversation that because I bring up Counter-Strike a lot because I consider Counter-Strike to be in terms of popularity, one of the most popular shooters that nobody talks about. Like it's one of those games where it's like it's under the radar, but it's not for like those that know. So it's kind of the same situation here, where I guess people that like you said, people that are playing games all the time and we're plugged into this, like we know that this is not shocking. But for other people that aren't necessarily plugged into this,
It's kind of like how you never see a commercial for duct tape. Everyone just fucking knows, right?
Duct tape.
Pretty much.
Am I wrong? Like, when's the last
No,
time you
you're right.
saw an ad for duct tape? No, everybody fucking buys duct tape. We all have it in like our tool bag or our closet or whatever.
True.
That's Counter-Strike.
Is it sad that I used to think duct tape was spelled like D-U-C-K?
To be fair, I did too. I think
No,
we
bro,
all
I
did
was
at
there
one
Yeah,
point.
for the longest time. I mean, hey, you got any duct tape? And they'd be like, you mean duct? No, duct. Like, you sure you're Puerto Rican? Like, fuck you. Anyway, so let me show you. So again, it's one of those things where, especially as a PC gamer, we got Steam. We're probably used to it, right? People utilize Steam. We see the numbers all the time. So it's one of those things. But PlayStation users, a lot of PlayStation, like Melee K said, it's a lot of normies, right? People that are not necessarily plugged into this shit. So when they get a beta for something like numbers, showing those numbers, that could be the first time they've ever seen something like that. And they don't know, they don't realize like just how popular some of these games are. So they see that like, holy shit, it's kind of like people that join Steam for the first time, never played Counter-Strike, never heard about it. And they're looking at all these games that have 100,000 concurrent players. They're like, wow, these games are banging. And they don't realize like, hey, Counter-Strike averages almost 1.5 million a day, right? So think about that. It's fucking insane. But anyway, it's one of those things. So my ultimate question is, again, I don't know if anybody wants to respond, but my ultimate question is, will this come to all games? And if they do keep it on the top 10, are they going to allow single player games into that top 10? Are they really going to open themselves up to the discourse around their future single player game performances? Or is this just going to be live service top 10 only?
I think it's going to be top 10 only.
Live service or everything?
No, just everything. I truly believe whatever the next like single player, or it doesn't even have to be single player, the next major release that's not a live service drops. If it's very popular, I think you'll see it in that top 10. But like, I just don't.
Well, it is PlayStation. They do believe in variable pricing. So what if they are variable transparency, meaning that they'll showcase single player numbers for something like GTA, but they won't show it for something like Sorrows that we all know is a failure.
It's going to be a badge of honor for them if one of their first party games does reach top 10. I don't see why they would hide that, but I don't think they're going to be transparent with numbers of everything across the board. So they don't want to open themselves up to people tanking them more and yelling at them about their games and saying, hey, look, your games aren't selling. But I do think that if one of their games makes it into the top 10, they would say that. How would that harm them, right? Like, I mean, unless they lie.
How would they do it though? Because think about it, like these are mostly free to play games, with the exception of Arc Raiders and Grand Theft Auto, free to play games, right? So that's already unfair.
Minecraft free to play? I don't think it is.
Oh, do you pay for Minecraft still?
I'm pretty sure you pay for Minecraft. It's a one-time purchase. Yeah,
isn't it cheap though? Like $5 or something, or 20?
I'm sure it
right.
goes on sale all the time.
$20.
Okay, so it's not free to play. All right, fine.
No, it's $25.
$25. God damn, man. Anyway, the point is, it's a little bit unfair that to expect these games to hit that level of play, because keep in mind they're doing it by week, right? And these live service games get crazy numbers on the weekends. So Sunday and Saturday and Friday, especially, insane numbers. I think it's a little unfair. Like most single player games are not going to be able to compete with that or get into that list. I also don't think that they want that level of discourse, because if your game has, let's say, 1 million players in a week, and it's a single player video game, AAA with Sony budget, that's a flop. That's a flop. And they
I see
don't,
your point, actually.
they don't want that to be on there, right? Because think about it. If, let's say, what do they got coming out? Intergalactic Heritage Prophet. Let's say that game comes out and it says that in a week it got 1.3 million players. That shit flopped big time. 1.3 million players. That means 1.3 million people bought the game on PlayStation. That shit flopped. It's not coming anywhere close to their budget. So even if it does make it to the top 10, it still may be a situation they don't want people to know that. They don't want people to see that information.
I do see your point, because as soon as it breaks that, then once it's out of there, it's the unspoken thing that would affect them more negatively, right? Because you just take what the bottom number is of that top 10 and you go, okay, well, this game definitely has less than that, whatever that number is. So now they can't really pump up like the excitement around their first party games if they sink out of that. So
this is a dumb question.
You're right.
I think I know the answer, but with GTA 5 being on there, that's GTA 5 online, which is different than like GTA 5, I assume, or do we know?
No, it's all under the same banner.
You need to buy,
okay, so it's all under the same banner. Okay.
I figured it was all like you had to buy 5 to get online or something, don't you?
I don't know, because I didn't like GTA 5, so I never even attempted GTA 5 online.
Oh,
also, I sent my reference in private messages if you guys are interested in that information.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. I'll bring it up. Let me bring it up right here. So you can explain this if you want. This is the tweet that you're talking about?
It's more so they did a podcast, and you can there's actually quotes in the podcast.
Do I click this or?
Yeah, you can click on that. Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me bring that up.
This is how insane PlayStation is. I did copy paste the main quote. It's like, so you guys know I'm not bullshitting. Actually, a lot of people didn't hear about this. But you can scroll down to not just their video, like, because they actually quote the head of third party shit.
Do they?
Go ahead.
We have a responsibility to the whole industry. We'll start acting
I
like
hate this shit, bro.
Like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
they really think they're holier than thou.
Didn't Rockstar have this statement too, where they're like, we have a responsibility for the industry or some shit? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Somebody else said that about Rockstar and GTA, where they were like, Rockstar has a responsibility to the entire industry to raise the prices
Well,
of video
Sony,
games. Fucking
it
disgusting,
seems like
bro.
gathering what this dude was saying, like the sprinkles of things that I was getting from his statements, it really seems like Sony doesn't really care as much about first-party development anymore. It seems as though, and I'm not saying that they'll stop making their first-party games. That's not necessarily what I'm saying, but there might be less concentration on that. It seems as though they would prefer to send out their developers in order to help second and third party developers make a better game for their box. And that quote, like right under, he says, if you talk to the SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO, Nishino-san, who was a very product-led background, he'll say PlayStation is just a plastic box without content. And third parties are the lion's share of the content, which is, well, like, honestly, if you have a system that doesn't have good third-party support, it's a failure. Look at the Wii U. Nintendo tried to force that shit down people's throat with first-party content. No, all these third-party companies said, fuck that box. It is a waste of time. It's a piece of shit. And so the Wii U was a massive failure. So he's not completely wrong, but to define a system's generation, it is defined by the games that they've made for it, specifically crafted for their box. So like that's kind of a crazy statement. He said in third parties that'll line share the content. So it is critical that we continue to lean in and drive and be ambitious and bring new voices to the platform. If we ever stop doing that, the industry will stop growing. We have as an industry leader, a responsibility to continue to drive and push and to grow the whole industry, not just our own business. And that's where, like, to me, I think that they're trying to, this is first off word salad, because it feels like to me more than anything else, they're just like, why would we bother making so many first party games and spending like these insane amount of budgets to do that when we can go send our developers to second and third party companies so we can get freebies, exclusives for our box for our players. I feel like they would much rather do that and use their marketing to really push that instead. I think I think PlayStation's getting kind of slick with what they're doing, because they're recognizing that making the games that they have been for the past over 10 years now is not financially feasible when they can basically get their cattle, which is third party, to do it for them.
Well, that's why I said earlier that I find it ironic that the companies that are complaining about Steam taking 30% when they also take 30% are also relying on third-party video games for their store to be as profitable as it is. Even if they end up taking less money because after a certain number, I think they take less or whatever, at the end of the day, they're still making insane money on third-party video games for a high-ass percentage. And Steam does the same thing. After a certain number, they take less and less and less. I think ultimately to 15% or 20% or something like that. So I don't know. I just find it to be ironic and pretty hypocritical. But what else? What else can you expect overall?
Yeah, sadly.
But very interesting. It goes to show what the mindset of them, of these companies and where they actually are at. The PS6 will be very interesting to see in the future. We'll see how that goes.
By very interesting, you mean the PS6 is going to be dog shit.
Yeah, I know.
Cass, you ready for the next 100,000 subscribers you're going to get when the PS6 drops?
Oh, man. To be honest with you, it sucks. I don't know. I don't get as aggressive with making videos because as some other, YouTubers do, simply because I'm just disappointed. When you get you're a little disappointed, it's like, I would like for them to see the error of their ways and go back to doing things better while expanding in a way that actually benefits gamers instead of themselves. But unfortunately, they're just too fucking greedy.
Yeah, they're too big to hear their fans at this point.
Yeah.
Speaking of PlayStation, I saw something from multiple people, Smash included, I think, posted about this as well. I can't find the actual article that he's referencing because he's referencing PlayStation blog, but that's not what he screenshotted. At least not from what I saw anyway. Where apparently, I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Yeah.
Says, WoW and Sony Sucker Punch continue supporting Tsushima for more than a year. It's almost like Ghost of Yotei didn't do as well as Sony wanted you to think. And that Smash was right about all along. Sucker Punch ends support for Ghost of Yotei's online multiplayer mode just 2 months after launch. don't know if you guys has anybody been able to verify this or see or seen this, because if you go on the blog, it brings up this where essentially I think what it is that they've released their last content patch, and there was like people are disappointed because they thought there was going to be more. But apparently they've officially released their last content. Oh, of course. Him. Yeah, why am I not surprised?
Yeah, thanks. We needed to know.
Good old PlayStation blog.
I'm sharing my screen for the article that he cited too.
Oh, thank you, Sevi. I appreciate that. Let me take this off. All right. So tech for games, Sucker Punch, and support for Ghost Yotei online multiplayer. Yeah, so basically what this is that they've released, from what I understand from reading the blog, they've released their last raid, and people thought that the multiplayer was going to last longer than or as long as Tsushima, because Tsushima was getting updates and content for like over a year, and this has only been out for 2 months, and they've already said that this is going to be the last raid or the last piece of content. At least that's how people are taking it from the blog posts, and I can't blame them because that's how it seems. So I mean, what do we think about this? Because again, this is the multiplayer mode, right? So I never really thought people played the multiplayer mode like that for either Yotei or Tsushima for that matter. But to see it get canceled after 2 months after being told this game was such a massive hit, I mean, do we think this is more in line with the game not performing as much, or do we think this is just like them realizing that nobody's playing multiplayer for this game, so let's just shut it down, stop wasting money? Like what do we think?
If this is true, then it would be proof that Ghost of Yotei was being astroturfed into this position, because Ghost of Tsushima was supported for a long time, way after the game was out. I actually tried the Tsushima multiplayer and I quite liked it. It was really good. So you would think that people would hold on to it. I don't think it's the first thing people default to, because Ghost of Tsushima in particular is such a strong like single player narrative, but it is a really fun mode to play and people did play it. So for Ghost of Yotei, like in the case of some games where like the single player is annoying and shitty, people might still buy that on sale and play the multiplayer with people that has a similar game feel to Tsushima, right? So to me, this says that it's been completely astroturfed and that no one actually gave a shit about this game at all. And people are just pretending that people cared about Yotei.
How long did the multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima last?
I must have played it like 2 years ago. I played it with the Melee Games being a thing, which has been 4 years. So I think it was about 2 years ago I played it.
Well,
so
let's look it up.
according to this, it says Ghost of Tsushima Online Co-op mode received updates until early 2022 after launching October 2020.
So 2 years. 2 years plus.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I truly don't know. I mean, if it wasn't, because how much does it cost to keep it, up to date, so to speak, right? Or like how much does it cost to run it? If
I don't know.
If it costs more than the Ghost of Tsushima version, then obviously we don't want to keep spending that amount of money to keep it, up and running. But I mean, I think there's no way you can escape the fact that this game just didn't do as well as Tsushima.
Well, I don't know if this necessarily is indicative of the sales of the game. I think that like really adding that multiplayer to the first game Ghost of Tsushima was more so to test the waters to see if there's even an audience for that. And they figured, oh, well, this audience is reasonably good. They went on to put the game out on PC, to which also had the multiplayer. This more so signifies to me that they're cutting back, but it's not indicative of sales. I want to see hard numbers on sales before I really speak to that. But to me, when I look at this, it just speaks to everything PlayStation has done with cutting off their dying Flash as fast as possible. Like, look at the PSVR 2. They quickly cut support of that bitch, even though they went all in with supporting VR 1. They were very strong about their VR 1 support, and VR 2, I heard that system was way better. And they cut that shit off. Really
that shit got
fast.
so much advertising. It was I remember seeing commercials everywhere for that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, Concord, they saw that there wasn't a strong enough audience for that. They cut that shit off immediately. Like they're the only it's crazy because they didn't even promote Helldivers too. To which ended up being their biggest, multiplayer success this generation. And they were shocked that it even happened. Like they're very like live or die by immediate numbers when it comes to their multiplayer stuff. So this doesn't mean that the sales are bad. It's just that they refuse to waste money long term on things that they're not happy with the numbers of when it comes to multiplayer specifically, or their outside, like their other ventures. Their
and ironically, Helldivers 2 is successful mainly because of PC. That's the funny thing.
Absolutely.
So then it makes you wonder, if that game didn't succeed the way that it did, would they have canceled even more games than they did? Because I feel like Helldivers is kind of like giving fucking drugs to somebody who's been off of drugs for like a year, right? In the sense of like you're not fully off, but you just got a hit, and now you kind of want it again. And I feel PlayStation, because they lost so much money, they had so many failures before Helldivers 2. Then Helldivers 2 came out on PC, fucking exploded, crazy money. And they just got addicted again. They're like, all right, well, we're not going to cancel everything. They did cancel most of the projects, though, 8 out of 12. So
yeah, that's
a lot. And then out of that 8 out of 12, one of the 4 is Horizon Hunter Gatherers. So, and Fair Games. So I don't know, man. If you're choosing to keep Horizon and Fair Games, then I have to question how bad were those other games that you chose to let those go, but then you kept those two.
It's
like,
crazy
how bad
because
were those?
I mean, I'd venture to say The Last of Us Factions 2 would have been an easy success. They just refused to pull the trigger. They just literally just pussyfooted around developing that game for years just to literally throw it in the trash before they even put it out there. So who knows what they ended up canceling? I mean, they did cancel some garbage, like a God of War, live service game, which is like, really? I get that, what was it? God of War Ascension had a multiplayer, and some people look back on that fondly and whatnot, but it wasn't like the premier thing. And actually, a lot of people feel as though that doing that multiplayer took away from the single player, experience that they got. But yeah, they did cancel some garbage, but they also canceled what would have likely been their best chance at really like taking a piece of the live service pie.
I'm reading more of this PlayStation blog, and you really wouldn't get the idea that they're done with this. Like they're going over a whole fucking list of like what worked with Tsushima Online, what they carried over to this one. Like they go over everything. They talk about the content, the raids, what challenges they tried to do. Like it just keeps going and going and going and going. And then at the very fucking end, if you could scroll all the way down, after all that long-winded shit, they're like, all right, well, the tale has concluded. Like, what the fuck? They go over all this shit. And they're like, the raid update was our last major planned update for Legends. It finishes the story of Yotei 6 in that mode. We've loved seeing players play it. That little paragraph completely destroys everything that came before
everything that was said.
I mean, to be honest with you, this whole Yotei situation kind of gives me the likelihood that the unconfirmed rumors are true with PlayStation. They're probably not bringing at least this game over to PC because,
probably not.
Realistically, PC has carried their multiplayer stuff on its back. And if they see the general trajectory of this on their systems being low as fuck, I mean, what future does this multiplayer really have if this game is not coming to PC?
Well, you have to roll the dice. And I think that they have become very socially aware. Not that they weren't before. I just think that now they have no choice but to admit it. I think they become very socially aware, and they understand where the conversations are going to go the moment that you drop certain information. So I think for them, is there going to be some people that will buy Yotei on PC? Absolutely. I think there will be probably 100,000 sales to 200,000 sales you could probably snag on PC. But with PlayStation, they now have to address the social aspect of it and whether it's worth it to do that or not. Because even if it sells 100,000, 200,000 copies, the concurrent number is going to be trash, which means the social conversation around that game is going to be trash. And they don't want to go through that again. And Sony's got all the money in the world, even though they're failing miserably with a lot of their video games, they do have a lot of money. So it becomes a roll of the dice. Do we release this game on PC to snag another 100, 200,000 sales, only to get the entire social conversation around the game sprung up again for like the next couple of weeks or a month or whatever? Or do we just let it go, accept the fucking failure, and move on, and then that's it? I kind of feel like they're going with that direction because they're concluding the Legends already, and it's like we're just over, we're done with it. So I don't know. This is really interesting stuff. But again, this is all coming from a video game that supposedly blew the doors down of Tsushima, if you want to believe that. So I don't know. Final thoughts on this? What do we think?
I think it kind of validates and justifies everything that we always said about Ghost of Yotei from the beginning, and I find it hilarious.
Ghost of Yotei.
It does make me laugh. Don't be a jerk.
Come on.
Wait,
they put that on the way. Go back. Wait, what?
So
Don't
gay,
be a jerk.
bro.
That's so gay, bro. Look at
Oh
that.
my
Don't be.
God.
Don't be a jerk.
I'm so sick of this shit. Like, video games are popular because we all shit talk each other. Are you really trying to tell me not to be a jerk? I'm gonna be a bigger asshole. Fuck you.
We literally called Kay a communist multiple times. And she's
they
the
don't
guest.
They don't understand gaming culture at all, man. It just drives me nuts.
It's insanity, man. You know what it is? Kay, I don't 100% agree with that. I think they do understand the culture. I just think they want to change it. I think they want to control it and change it. That's really what it is. They know what the culture is. They can't stand it. They feel like they own it now, and they want to shape it and control it into something that is whatever their vision is. At least that's my opinion on that. But
I tell this Andola story before, but I'll tell it again, man. So I live in the Midwest. We got a lot of good down home country boy folk, wear the camo, the whole nine. Robert, the guy at the gas station that I go to all the time, he was so excited for this game because he just likes playing video games in general. So he's excited for this game. I walked in right after it came out. He said he was playing it. He was loving it. A few days later, I come back in. He goes, I already fucking platinumed it. Like, he was so disappointed. This was, again, just within a week of the game coming out. I could goddamn guarantee you he did not come back for any multiplayer modes or anything like that with the way that he was vehemently disappointed with the game after it was done. He doesn't pay attention to a lot of the gaming culture, discourse, whatnot that a lot of us talk about. He just likes to fucking buy video games and play them when he's not working a goddamn cash register. I know for a fact he did not go. The reason I know for a fact he didn't go back and talk about this because every time I go buy vodka and energy drinks, he tells me what game he's playing, and he never once mentioned going back to Yotei for a multiplayer mode.
That's fair. That's fair. Final thoughts?
There are none.
Nope.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, stop.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
Oh man, we don't have Wizard for the picture. Damn.
I'm so bad at that.
All right, I'm gonna catch up on Supers really quick, and then we're gonna talk Marathon and Destiny. Because Bungie.
I gotta go. Unfortunately,
you gotta go.
Yeah, I do.
Gay.
Yeah, Atreus gotta go because he got to make sure he catches that fight.
What fight?
Oh
Bro,
man.
Yeah, sure.
Bro.
Sure.
Later.
Cassie, you got any gifted games or anything?
Actually, yes, I did. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm totally not prepared. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, here we go.
This is like the
Sure.
Legion of Goon meeting. Sirloin says, "Thank you for the 189. Appreciate
That's
that."
what's up.
What do we got?
I received Spirit X Strike from Spirit Clown. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. I can't read what he said, unfortunately. Oh, it's from Angmar. Yep. No, thank you, bro. This is very kind of you. Totally didn't have to. It means a lot to me. It's very, very thoughtful. Thank you.
Oh yeah. All right, Cassie, what you got going on?
I just look, I've been sick the past couple weeks, but I am pretty much almost 100% at this point. So content rolls in.
You got it. Yeah, white people.
Oh my god. So yeah, check me out on YouTube, Kick, Rumble, Cult Classic Cage across the board. Or if you want to watch me yell about how I can't figure out what the body models of Forza Horizon 6 are, check out my Twitter account, Cult Classic Cage. See you, Miss Bella. Much love, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And have a great, safe rest of the weekend, everybody.
Peace out, Cass. Thanks for hanging out.
Girly. And Trace, you gotta go too. No, you
What do
don't need to ask him if he's got any gifted games. We know the answer is no.
Well, I can see it. So
actually, that's not accurate. I don't even know why it says that because I do have a gifted game.
Oh, what banana game did Eric send you?
Yeah, that's so true. So true. Did you refresh it? There you go.
Yeah, so shout out to UF Omega who gifted me the MMA 5 franchise pack.
All right.
Yeah.
A banger collection.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man, what I got going on is whatever sickness Cassie had, she clearly passed it on to me because my head has been banging the entire time I've been on this stream. But I did manage to get a video out today, so if you haven't seen that, go watch that. Other than that, hopefully I'll be good enough to play whatever game we're playing tomorrow on New Black Street. Other than that, man, I gotta get up out of here.
All right, enjoy the fight, and we'll see you later.
What fight?
Gina Carano fight. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch that.
Whoa! You're not gonna watch Gina Carano v Ronda Rousey?
Really?
Hell no. What the fuck I look like, man?
It still hasn't happened yet. They're doing all the pregame shit. Yeah, Netflix is trying to make all their money they possibly can.
Of course they are.
Camchi, peace out, Atreus. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Nice seeing you, man.
Remember they put up an insane censor law that censored insane amount. Wait, what? Insane amount of censorship that purged out of third-party games. Best call censorship.
Sony's bad. I mean, we look what happened to Senran Kagura. Like, they pretty much destroyed Senran Kagura as a series because of how bad they are. So yeah,
true.
And Devil May Cry 5, you guys are a bunch of you gonna be playing that. There's censorship in that too.
You gotta understand how bad your censorship is when Nintendo has better censorship policies than you do, or lenient, I guess you could say.
I can buy hentai games on my Switch. I can't do that on Sony, as far as I know. If I can, tell me.
What's the censorship in Devil May Cry 5?
There's like a blinding light at some point in a scene when a character.
I've beaten that game like 3 times. I don't recall it. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Nico be looking good in that game. A hot take. She's my favorite.
It's pretty much
girl.
There's a blinding
girl.
There's a blinding light covering.
Whatever. So I got things when it comes to video games. I like them bubblegum punk types. Just Cindy and Final Fantasy 15. Fucking Nico. That's just
but the thing is, like,
working on mechanics and shit.
The thing about it, right? Like, that's not the character themselves. That's the censorship part. It's like certain acts. For example, like if you pan a camera down or something like that, and a lens flare happens and you can't see it, or you can't pan the camera down enough to see under the skirt, stuff like that. Like, Sony's terrible with that shit.
Meanwhile, when I was, like 12 years old playing Smash Bros. Melee and unlocked the Princess Peach trophy, absolutely altered it and went and looked under her dress.
Oh, we all tilted, of course. Yeah, C-Stick was getting the action during that.
You got to tilt it if you're getting those forward airs. You know what I mean?
That is crazy. Demon Carol would have fired. Can you imagine if they did another console release for Counter-Strike Go? They are overdue. Not that they need to. I'll be rude with you. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it will, yeah.
Because Counter-Strike is just it is the Call of Duty of the PC platform. I don't think that they want to necessarily give that up. Plus, it's obviously exclusive to Steam. It's one of the only few games that you can actually say.
You got a higher chance of Half-Life 3 dropping. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I don't think they would do that. I think at this point, Steam doesn't have to. So they're not going to. That's basically
we also
it.
have the Steam machine coming out, right? That's going to replace a lot of console players. So
yeah,
I keep saying the same thing. No one's arguing with me about it. I agree.
Why would I argue with that?
No, because that Cassie's. I say everyone, it's Cassie. Cassie keeps arguing that the Steam machine is not going to console players not going to move away from and get the Steam machine.
It's the front.
I don't think that's what she was arguing.
Front-facing retail portion that is the argument, I imagine. But I do think that is also going to take up space for people as well as like their baby's first PC.
I don't think that's what she was arguing. I remember that.
I have no idea what she was arguing, for the record. I'm just
because I was on Cassie's side in that regard. Because what I remember arguing, forgive me if she was arguing something different. I was arguing that it's obviously going to take people away from consoles, but that's going to happen naturally as people already been leaving consoles to go to PC. It's been happening like that since COVID. The argument was that whether or not Steam was making this purposefully to steal people away from consoles, which is what I was arguing against, because I was saying that Steam was making this like they do everything else to enrich their own ecosystem. And that was the only goal. And then if they happen to get some people that leave consoles to go to, Steam machine, to go to Steam because of the Steam machine, well, that's just a side effect, not the goal. And that's what we were arguing.
I have to go back and rewatch what her argument was. Because to be fair, because the way I remember the argument going down, you were not fence sitting the bad way, but you're like, yeah, Leon's right about some points and Cassie's right about others. It's actually more of an in the middle sort of thing. When she was like vehemently like, no, console players are not moving to the Steam machine. Like that's just not going to be happening. But maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't know about that.
Go back and watch.
Price, really. If it's price, then you will see people move to it potentially.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think that it's like the controller, right? Like Steam made this controller not because they wanted to take people out of the Xbox controller market. They just wanted to enrich their ecosystem. And if they happen to get people to buy this over the Xbox controller, then whatever. But realistically, they're just focusing on trying to make the user experience on Steam the best that it possibly could be. That's it. And they also want to remove the excuses that anybody could possibly have from accessing their store, which is where they make all their money. Right? Like they make like 95% of their money is from the store. Right? The other bit is, hardware sales or whatever. But they don't really care about hardware sales like that. It's pretty obvious considering that they fucking released this controller without a queue system, and then scalpers came in and fucking took everything up. And they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we have a queue system that we use with the Steam Deck. Yeah, we'll do it this time. We promise." Like, why didn't you do it the first time, you mother? Anyway, so it's pretty obvious.
Carroll got his fucking $5 worth. Just saying.
Oh yeah, shout out to Demon Carroll. Yeah, well, I love Demon Carroll.
Oh yeah, hey, what's going on, man?
Can you imagine it? Yeah, I already read it. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. That one super chat sparked that whole side tangent. So I say you guys.
That's fine.
I love when that happens. Personally,
I do too. I think it's great.
Dear Soto with a 5, Hypno was Bank of America who said that about Rockstar must take responsibility to raise the $80 game for others to follow the same. Yeah, I remember that.
Bank of America? What business do you have in video games? Excuse me?
It was an analyst and
a Canadian communist wouldn't know anything.
You would be
I know
surprised.
Canada.
You'd be surprised what these companies invest in, man.
That blows my mind.
Camchi with a 5. I honestly hate Sony so badly that not only not using their best IPs, but choosing worse decisions. If I can't take one IP series from them, or if you can take one, it would be Wild Arm. I appreciate that.
Wild Arms.
Alucard with a 2. The Hypnorine? What? The rumors are true? I have no idea what that is. Thank you, Alucard. Camchi with a 5. I'm going to say this again, but Sony will fail. Losing Stellar Blade was clear sign Sony have not learned their lessons, and even removing Jim, they choose death. It's crazy. We didn't even get to cover the Stellar Blade thing today. It wasn't the plan, but it is pretty amazing that they're actually self-publishing, and getting away from Sony. That's a pretty big win, but you also have to, you have to keep it at arm's length because Shift Up is now a public company. They were a private company when they did Stellar Blade before, so now they're public and they have certain things that they have to abide by now. They've already hired ESG reporters and whatnot. It's part of the it's part of the thing of going public. Not that they're necessarily going to go down that rabbit hole. It's just that every single company has an ESG score that's public. Every company, whether or not they're high or low, well, that's up to the company. But every company has one. It doesn't automatically mean that it's it's like, oh man, the company's going woke or whatever. It doesn't mean that. It just means that every company gets scored. So they have to have an ESG reporter if they go public. So we have to see what they decide to do with that with their next game. But we'll see.
I don't care. Shift Up fucking hired Shinji Mikami and his boys to work on a game as well. And
Shinji
Mikami, the GOAT. And that's all I need here is like, oh, Stellar Blade people hired Shinji Mikami. I'm down. Let's fucking go.
Best marriage ever. I'm so excited.
They actually they're working on multiple projects, supposedly. That's what he said. Not just one. They're working on multiple. So good for them. Summer Days 199. Someone find a Sundress game and gifted to Cassie.
The wheat fields.
Akuma 16 months getting old. We're all getting old. All of us. Arepa with a 2. Sony started censoring games mid PS4 when they moved. Appreciate that. And Summer Days 499 moved from Xbox to PC, haven't looked back, then built a living room PC. That's basically what a Steam machine is. So smart.
Yeah, that's awesome. Exactly.
Alucard with a 2. I was using a line from Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense. I didn't think of that right off the top of my head. Sorry.
It's because nobody remembers that fucking movie because it was a gimmick that lasted for all of 2 months, and everyone realized, oh no, it's also nostalgia bait dog shit.
I remember the credits. That's about it.
Was it a gimmick? I guess it was a gimmick. I was gonna say, was it a gimmick or was it a, hey, we need to make up all the money we lost in the box office, so let's give these people what they say they want and let's make money. It can, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Abhorrent Soul with a membership over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, we're fully caught up. Let's talk about this little bit of a civil war that's going on really quick, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. So,
also a dog shit movie.
Civil War.
He's right,
Not the Marvel one. Not the Marvel one.
I know he's talking about the actual Civil War one. Yeah, I know. Wasn't that the one where it's California was
aligned with Texas,
aligned with like Texas? Yeah, it was like super weird. Like, why the fuck would they ever align?
Yeah.
Did they ever explain that in the movie? Why would California super blue align with fucking redneck Texas? Like, how does that work?
In that film, they didn't explain almost anything. Everything was just what it was. So like nobody knew why alliances happen between states. It was mostly most of the movie was just like the 5 journalists just traveling across the country, just basically being Karens.
Were they hoping that would somehow influence like Texas to vote blue or something in real life? Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I have no idea. Anyway, it's fine. All right, so let's talk about this nonsense going on. So there's some drama going on with Bungie, and they deserve all of it, to be honest with you. But there's drama going on with Bungie right now because, well, as we know, the earnings call happened recently with PlayStation, and they admitted that things aren't going too good. And Marathon, they didn't outright say, they never do, right? They didn't outright say like the game's a fucking major flop or anything. But we all kind of know that it is at this point. Like, the numbers just aren't there. The player base keeps going down and down and down. And at this point, they have to do something drastic. Now, they recently came out and said that they're doing a couple of things. Number one, they're sticking with the wipe. So they're going to wipe the game's progress. So all you guys who have never experienced an extraction shooter wipe before, Godspeed, because
all 12 of you guys playing Marathon, yes.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna pit, like I've said it, man. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna take this game to real bad levels.
Wow.
Because I think that there's a lot of Destiny players that are playing Marathon. At least there was anyway, before they all decided to start fighting. But there was a lot of Destiny players fighting. Now, playing the game. Sorry. Now, Marathon's that
one's you gotta be that Destiny is the second most relevant Destiny after a fucking political cuck streamer. Just saying.
I don't know, brother. I don't know. Marathon's at 13,107. Now, there's accusations that people are utilizing idle bots in order to boost the concurrent numbers for both of these video games. Like, it's getting that petty, right? Like, they're trying to essentially surpass each other in numbers. Look at this, 13,146 for Destiny 2. So in all actuality, hold on. In all actuality, Destiny 2 actually did beat Marathon, which is fucking on a weekend, by the way, which is insane. Now, granted, it's only by like 40 players or whatever, but still, it's pretty fucking funny. So the reason why this is happening is because people looked at that investors call, and both sides blame the other for why their game is essentially failing, dying, flopping, whatever. So Destiny blames Marathon for taking all the resources away from Destiny, and that's why they're not getting the updates they want, the content they want, whatever. And Marathon is blaming Destiny players for not supporting Marathon enough, resulting in the game flopping over time and now having to essentially be in emergency mode. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you make of it? It's honestly, it's bullshit drama, really, between two communities that don't want to admit that their company abandoned them. You know, because keep in mind, Destiny 2 was abandoned, to my knowledge, well before Marathon even came out. Like, Destiny 2 was dying for a long, long time. So I don't really know why we're blaming Marathon, but, you know, I mean, you can kind of see the numbers from here.
New boogeyman, I guess. Like, why else would you blame Marathon if it was already abandoned before Marathon's release?
I don't know. The numbers clearly showed that it was going down. You know, where is this? February 21,000, March 14,000, April 12, May 13. It's actually going up now. So I don't really know where that claim came from. But I just think, here's what I think that the Destiny fans, they're fucking pissed. I think that they don't like the way Bungie has been managing the game, which has been known for a long time.
Rightfully
and
so.
I think that instead of getting the Destiny 3 that they all wanted, they view Marathon as that game. So when they booted up the game, they thought that they would get a similar experience. Come to find out, they realize what an extraction shooter is, and they start to leave. It's exactly what I said was going to happen to Marathon. You're going to get a massive influx of Bungie fanboys that just want to play the latest Bungie thing. Most of them don't realize what they're getting into. And once they realize what they're getting into, they're going to check out and they're going to go back to Destiny.
Yep.
That's kind of what happened. And only the diehard sweaty players are now playing Marathon, which brings us to the biggest change, which kind of proves my point about Destiny players playing Marathon. is that they have now said they're adding a PvE mode to Marathon. So you can actually skip the PvP entirely. You can just play PvE only, which tells me they're trying to attract the Destiny players back to Marathon, which then pisses off the Destiny players more because they're like, well, you're adding a PvE mode to the PvP sweaty game, but you're not updating the actual PvE game and making it better.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? It's kind of a fucking mess, to be honest with you.
It's just a messy headache. And it's like, why don't you just focus on the property that's more long withstanding, which I would say is Destiny and Destiny 2. Like, I don't know. If I were in their shoes, I would put more stock into Destiny 2 than Marathon. You already lost a bunch of people with Marathon because it's so drastically different from the original IP of Marathon. So a bunch of people are pissed at that. Then you go to things like the art style and everything, and people are like, what the hell is this? Then they couldn't figure out the identity of Marathon, so you lost even more people there because through your trailers, it's like, what are you even trying to do? And then if you're a casual new player to Marathon, there is a bit of a barrier of entry. It's not a game that you can start up right away and be an expert at, whereas Destiny 2, it's a little bit easier to onboard people. So if we are actually being outnumbered by the tourism, like normie crowd, then it would make way more sense for them to put the support on Destiny 2, which is easier for people to pick up than Marathon.
Well, that's one of the things they're supposedly working on, is trying to make Marathon more accessible. But again, the people that are playing Marathon right now, they're the hardcore players. They're the ones that don't care about accessibility. So once you start bringing this Care Bear shit into Marathon, they're already getting pissed at the idea. They're like, why are you making the game easier? It's kind of like the same conversation that happened to Arc Raiders when they were where people were begging for a PvE mode in Arc Raiders, and a lot of people were like, no, don't do that. It's against the whole point of the game. You know, it's just back and forth. The literal same exact things happening to Marathon. So
and I don't agree with that kind of stuff. Like, if you're going to create something at a certain bar, keep it there. Why are you softening it for other people? Like, you've already made that decision.
Bar. You never lower it though.
Like you've already made that decision, and so now you're going to piss off even more people because you're like compromising your creative vision just to make more people play your game. Like, it's a losing game.
Well, in theory, high barrier to entry is actually a good thing. Now, it's not gonna, obviously your game's not gonna like be massively sales successful and whatnot, so you need to adjust your budget when creating the game accordingly. But like, that's why so many of the things that we love, whether it be gaming, whether it be tabletop games, whether it be trading card games, is been infested with these people that frankly have no right to be in the hobby, is because it's a general thing amongst companies now to keep lowering the barrier to entry because they want to get more and more money, as opposed to just improving the product or doing better marketing and whatnot to get these people in. It's the barrier to entry issue is just anything competitive period, and regardless of what the medium is, needs to have a high barrier to entry.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, because I've been gaming for a long fucking time, and I think, sometimes I think back, I'm like, God damn, that's a long time. But when I think about it, I'm like, you know, I can't off the top of my head. I'm sure it exists, so don't like be like, oh, there's example this. Like, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I can't think of a video game that, especially like an online live service MMO style video game, that has benefited in the long term from casualizing their game from whatever it was prior.
Smash Bros tried and got felted for it. From Melee to Brawl, they got felted for casualizing it, and that's why when they went back to Smash 4, they went back to more of a Melee style of gameplay, and that's a fucking party game, and they got felted for it.
The best I've ever seen it happen was probably OG World of Warcraft, where the casual mindset was running alongside the hardcore mindset. But then the fights began because the casual mindset had a cap, whereas the hardcore mindset didn't have a cap. Like, the best gear obviously was available to raiders at the time. There was no PvP gear at the time until they introduced the honor system. And even the honor system was still not as good as the hardcore best raid gear. But then the conversation started happening. Well, I don't have time to invest in blah, blah. You know, people, it's literally the same conversation for years. Yeah. So then they started introducing, the dungeon queue system. So now you don't have to go to the dungeon anymore to actually queue up. Now you just can queue up from a fucking button. And, warlocks don't have to summon people to raids anymore. You just press the fucking button. It's like, I don't know, man. I have never seen a video game that has benefited long term. World of Warcraft benefited in the short term for sure, but then it started to really fall off after Wrath of the Lich King. And other live service video games, once they start trying to play both sides, it never works most of the time.
That's what I mean. When I think of barrier to entry being lowered and it absolutely poisoning an IP, before any video game, my mind actually immediately goes to Dungeons and Dragons. Like once they lowered the barrier of entry to Dungeons and Dragons, it look at where we're at now. They're putting out fucking Pride books and furry fucking shit, and it's like, yeah, great. Where's the game? Where's the gameplay? Because, oh no, you don't even need to roll dice anymore. We're just gonna auto success stuff. Like it's criminal, and because of that, you now have a fractured identity amongst the quote unquote fans, amongst the real fans. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier when we were talking about the Sony stuff with Cass. It's like that's why legacy matters, because once you're Dungeons and Dragons is not going to be thought of now the way that it was thought of in first edition, advanced D&D 3.5. It's because the legacy is gone due to the lowering of barrier to entry.
Also, I mean, this comment is interesting because it's true. The fighting community experienced it also, where back in the day, fighting games, everybody was on the same playing field. Everybody had the same commands. You got to get good, and that was basically it. Now you got, what do they call it? Simple mode or something, where like one button does
Marvel vs.
the
Capcom
combo.
3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is arguably the greatest, from a technical perspective, greatest fighting game ever made. They came out with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and auto combos and shit. Like that game didn't even see competitive play because the community just rejected it.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one that had simple mode. Like it had regular and it had simple, where it did the combo for you.
Even simple didn't do auto combos. Like press the same button over and over. Would like press square.
You had to press like 3 buttons instead of all the
And
but
then
the
Infinite came out and it was just like you can press square 4 times and you will combo into the air. Like it was insane.
The thing with simple mode in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was that it did auto combos, but you were stuck doing the same combos. So if you went up against a pro who had basically everything in his arsenal, and he could just counter you like easily. So like, it did lower the barrier of entry, but realistically, it wasn't affecting anybody playing at a top level, or even like a semi-top level.
Chat, I see y'all saying Marvel vs. Capcom. I like 2 more than 3. I'm talking about a technical level. I'm talking about memorizing frame data. Talking about the inputs. There are strats and combos still being discovered to this day in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like it is accidentally the most technically advanced fighting game ever made. It is like look into the fucking just the way that game was built. It was built different. And I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It is my favorite, but I'm looking just being objective here about how it was technically made. It is the best.
Yeah, so I can't think of any video game that actually benefited long-term from casualizing itself. And like the other comment said that I highlighted, once you try to appease both markets, you end up just killing both faster than if you would have just stuck and perfected one. And again, I'm sure there's some outliers that I'm not thinking of, but realistically, I know there's not many, so I don't know. It kind of sucks, but hey, at this point, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people saw it coming with Marathon. The fan base was clearly split. People are pissed, and now they're looking for someone to blame. And Sony's not going to take accountability. Bungie sure as hell is not going to take accountability. So the players are just looking to blame the other side now. That's basically what's going on. But any final thoughts on this nonsense?
One more final thought. People in the chat will be like, well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is older. You guys realize that 2 and 3 are closer together in terms of release date. They're only 11 years apart than we actually are from 3 now. 3 came out in 2011. We're in 2026. 2 and 3 are actually closer together. So the age thing there doesn't matter too terribly much.
Can we stop talking about the age of things?
I have to. The chat's being retarded. I gotta.
We love the
chat. Real autistic here. Sorry.
That's a bold move calling chat retarded.
Oh, he does it all the time, and that's why he gets hate
does
comments.
it all the time. That's why he always gets felted as a tranny.
He gets hate comments after the stream goes off air. Him and Wizard hate comments all the time. They're like, fucking hate. I like the panel, but I hate this guy. I'm like, oh well, not gonna kick him.
Then I get kicked.
I'm gonna sit in my corner and play Dead or Alive 4, man. Whatever with the fighting games. I'm a Dead or Alive simp, so I'm happy. I don't even debate the ethics of what fighting game is better. I just like seeing my bouncing titties.
Nobody ever talks about Bloody War is my jam. Nobody ever talks about Bloody War, like ever.
Oh, Bloody
War
is
shit.
Incredible, bro. Come on, yeah.
That is they fucked up with 4. That bothered me. And then they just made nothing else after that. I was like, y'all ain't even trying, man. 2 is the shit. Bring it back.
I used to play fighting games a lot more hardcore when I was younger. Now I just don't care. Personally, I'm totally not about that. But I respect the people that are though.
I got Soul Calibur 6, and I played the ever-loving shit out of that game.
I love that game.
And I just don't even touch it anymore. I have it over here. Yeah, it's right there. I just don't even play the shit anymore. It's like, whatever, man. Nobody's playing anymore.
It's so unfortunate because Soul Calibur's, it just came out at the wrong time. It came out right before the renaissance of like fighting games coming back with like Tekken and everything, right? Like the newest Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
And it was during like the 2020 era where like netcode was so important and they flubbed there. But the actual game itself is actually pretty good.
Even worse is that it released right around the same time as Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just got completely swamped out.
Who was your favorite character in Soul Calibur?
And it was God of War.
Maxi.
Was that the first God of War that dropped that year as well? 2018 God of War, yeah. So it just got shat on.
Also, what's the fencer? Raphael, is that his name?
Raphael, yeah.
So Maxi and Raphael are my go-to.
Oh, you like the cheap character? Come on. You're just pressing one button and going like this, and you kick everyone's ass.
No, okay, I said, first of all, Maxi's not cheap, and he's my go-to. The cheap character is Keelik, okay?
Raphael is, but also Maxi's a little bit, but Raphael is the chief character, man.
I won't lie. The whole reason I go Maxi is because I dig his aesthetic. Dude looks like fucking Elvis with nunchucks.
You dig his ass?
Cool. His aesthetic.
He digs his ass.
His aesthetic.
What a weird.
He looks like
what
Elvis
a
Presley
freaking homo.
Elvis Presley with nunchucks is cool as fuck. I don't care what anyone says.
My favorite character was Sophia. One of my favorite.
I
characters.
love.
Oh, you mean her?
Yeah, man.
You mean this woman right here who have a figure of?
You got a fucking statue or something?
Yeah, I got the Soul Calibur 6.
I want this thing so
I'm
bad.
jealous.
Holy shit.
Oh God, I'm jealous, bro.
It even has a Pantu shot. That's pretty nice.
Let's go.
I need that. I need that statue. That's awesome.
I say Ivy Valentine is my favorite, one of my favorite
female
video game characters.
You say your go-to
Hey,
is Ivy?
I'm not finished talking, Leon, okay? Ivy Valentine is one of my favorite female characters to ever exist in gaming, but Talim and Keelik would be my favorite.
I hated Talim. I hated Talim so much.
But
She was
honestly, all the
cheap.
all the characters are kind of cheap in their own way, for being honest.
Being real, yeah, true. See,
You know what I mean?
Sophia is fucking cheap.
Absolutely.
I've never played Soul Calibur.
I was pissed off when they removed Hong Yun Sung. That was my boy. Like I played the shit out of Hong Yun Sung back with 2, and then like you just didn't see him again. I was like, fuck it. I guess I'll just default to Maxi. And that was my dude.
First arcade machine that I ever like beat an arcade mode on a single quarter was actually the Soul Calibur 2 arcade machine with Mitsurugi.
Base, let's go.
I mean, Darkwing, it makes sense. A fucking communist put a socialist in his place. Of course. Makes sense.
God.
Y'all see me on panels. I just say whatever I'm thinking all the fucking time. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to, but I have respect for Leon because we're both Sonic fans and we're both afraid of water. There's something there.
They're both fucking furries and communists.
Jeez.
I would say the
fucking there that we're both terrified of water and also Sonic fans.
I knew that about you.
It's true that Sonic fans don't shower then.
What was
or we're just terrified of drowning music. Like I think I was traumatized by Sonic.
Dude, the drowning music is heart race inducing.
Yeah.
Okay, in the fucking early Sonic games, nah.
Do we have a class action lawsuit against Sega right now? Like we just get everyone that's afraid of swimming and like.
I don't know if you're gonna get much money from that.
Hold on. Soul Calibur. What was bro's name? The dude that had like the 2 forms. He had like the one that had like the red aura and the one with the blue aura on him.
I don't remember.
Are you talking about Necrid or are you talking about like Soul Calibur 2?
Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, Soul Calibur 6. The 2. Oh, yeah, I like his fighting stance, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't like that dude because he is actually like the cheapest dude ever.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the name?
I don't know. I just make a custom character and use his combat style. I don't even know.
His name was Grow. It was like GR0H. It's how it was spelled.
Yeah.
Bro, what is this?
That motherfucker was
bro?
cheap as shit.
The Geico caveman lives is crazy. With a $4.99. Why was school so brief for cave kids? There was no history class. Caveman discovers weed. Caveman discovers fire. Stone Age begins.
That one's actually pretty clever.
Appreciate
Not
that.
funny, but clever.
That account is hilarious. Sky with it too. When Leon talks about age, I feel really old.
Rip.
Yeah, same.
We're all aging, bro.
Summer Days with a 189. Dead or Alive 4 is the best fighting game ever.
Yes, based. You get it.
Up for debate.
Blinded by titties.
See,
I love me
want-
Dead or
I
Alive.
love
Hey!
Dead or Alive
No,
for
no,
the
no, no,
titty-
no, 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 no. Don't do this. It's only the titties argument to me. I'm always in these conversations.
Oh, come
Dead
on,
or
I have
Alive
to.
has an incredible storyline. The
Okay.
characters are all great. It's not. I love the titties. Obviously, I'm an extreme volleyball.
Oh, there you go.
But people like to act like Dead or Alive is only about the titties. There's actually really good, like
No,
on a
that,
technical
let's
level,
be real
this
though.
game
That
feels
is
great.
Dead or Alive's identity. That's a good thing, but that's its identity. Now, I actually like the Dead or Alive story. I agree with you. But like, if we're talking in terms of mechanics and whatnot, Virtua Fighter has always dog walked Dead or Alive.
Yeah, but
Chat.
Virtua Fighter kind of inspired Dead or Alive.
That-
It's a whole
yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Chat, did you see
Right.
the strategy there, chat? So, how do you confirm someone's a communist? You talk about titties and their disdain for
sorry.
them.
Does that make me a communist for liking
Yes.
titties?
No. Makes you a communist for trying to pretend like it isn't all about the titties.
It's a big part of it. Two big parts
They're
of it.
very
actually,
big parts.
but
Yeah, very
it's,
big.
you
Very
know,
big.
I'm just.
Uh,
I
By
don't
the way,
know
you
the
guys,
story in the
speaking of Dead or
comments.
Alive, Ayane's voice actress passed away yesterday or a
I'm
couple days ago.
Rip.
devastated by that, bro. We lost Itagaki very recently too. He's my favorite game designer of all time. So
A lot of
it's
people
been rough.
dropping left and right
Rip.
recently. It's kind
Yeah.
of wild.
Hickory
Yeah.
Excalibur 489. My favorite is Soul Calibur 2, and my go-to character is Voldo. Yo, Voldo's fucking gay, bro. I hate
Yeah,
Voldo.
I'm
Voldo's
scared
a
of
fucking
Voldo. let's be
Freak,
real.
man.
He is fucking terrible. I just
But-
felt
Anybody who
dirty
played-
fighting Voldo.
Soul Calibur 2 is amazing.
Anybody who plays Astaroth or Nightmare, y'all some hoes, bro. Y'all really some hoes.
Well, I'm a hoe. I love Nightmare. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know it.
Nightmare is the guy that like
Somebody
you
clip
don't
that.
have to have skill to play the game. You just like hand the controller to your
Nightmare-
buddy at a party. and
Nightmare's
he plays
essentially Nightmare's the
button mash.
Charizard of the fucking game. Let's be real.
Hold on, what
Yeah.
makes Nightmare players hoes? I'll take the moniker. I don't care. It's better than being called a communist. But like, what?
You'd
You know
rather be
communists are
called a
hoes, right?
hoe than a communist. That's crazy.
Communists are hoes, though.
I would rather be called a
That's true.
million things over a communist. Like, I will take anything at this point.
So
That's
will
what she
Leon.
said.
I have to, man. Listen, I gotta throw jokes at Leon's way, man. Do you know how much
Yeah,
my back
white
hurts
people.
from carrying Leon? Yeah, white people.
Yeah, white
white
people.
White people.
That's gonna
I
be
love
the
that
fucking. That's gonna be the phrase of the stream. Yeah, white people.
Leon,
just-
can you
I
make that a
last few days,
thumbnail
you
of a
could be
random
laughing like
video?
this, nigga
Send me
is-
that picture. I'm gonna turn it into an AI clip and put it in the intro or something.
All right,
Like,
we'll do it.
that would be
yeah,
awesome.
white people. Let me check Rumble really quick. Rumble, what do we got, man? Torino with a 2 says, "Don't worry, they'll bring the barrier to entry back. You'll soon need to be gay and non-white in order to play D&D." I thought it was already like that, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
Abhorrent Soul, I think I called this out, but you gifted a membership. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right. I mean, that's basically it. Anybody got gifted games before we do outros and close out?
I do.
Not me.
Sheep, not you, Sevi, after getting like a
Nope.
million at the beginning. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm not
I
surprised.
got a
I'm not
couple.
surprised. Oh my god, I see the one Leon has, brother. What the fuck is that title?
I made the joke about Banana Games for Trace, and I'm like it's like he had the bitch queued up right after I made the joke. You received a gifted game. Eric Jenkins, Banana Blood. Since you've been talking about
no.
bananas, gawk on this. Pinche Americone.
Bro.
Say it right, Sev?
What have you done to me? Now my community's going
Are
to
you
see
trying
this
to say
hate portrait with
maricon?
bananas. God damn it.
Maricon?
Wait.
Are you
You trying to say maricon? How did you pronounce maricon?
Pinche
Yeah.
Americone.
No, you didn't say it like that. You said like Mary Ken or some shit, like some
Whatever.
real
The
white.
point is, I'm pretty sure pinche means something along the lines of the F slur. Sevi hinted at it on stream last night, but I still don't actually know.
Yeah, it's kind of like fucking.
You gotta roll the R, white boy. You gotta go maricon. Roll the R.
Maricon.
Maricon.
Yeah.
Maricon.
And he
Maricon.
said, chupa mi huevos.
Say it fast. Say it fast. Maricon.
Pinche Maricon.
What the fuck does that?
Yeah,
What is,
white people.
yeah,
What a
yeah. Go
gringo.
back to the picture. Go back to the picture. Yeah, white people. Yeah,
This is the most gringo shit
Yeah.
ever.
Maricon.
white
Yeah,
people.
white people.
He
Jesus
said,
Christ, man.
maricon. Jesus
Hey.
Christ.
So
Uh,
I got that. and
Banana
then
blood.
Also,
yo,
shout
that's
out to-
awesome. OG Subnautica.
Now
know-
watch you get an image of Leon with a fucking with a sombrero on and a poncho. It's gonna be great.
Hypno said
Oh my
you can't
God.
swim / are afraid of water. I can swim, I'm just afraid of water. So enjoy. Lucky I didn't send below zero instead with his black girl protagonist. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
So that's why that game flopped. There you go.
I hate to share bad news with Subnautica, but even in 2018, they were kind of gay. They fired their sound guy, like composer, because he was a bit pro-Trump, and he was pointing out mass immigration and all this stuff. And they were like, he's saying hateful stuff, blah, blah, blah. So Subnautica's always been a bit woke on the outside.
Yeah. I mean, if you look into the company, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sheep. What do you got, man?
Tomba. A fucking classic right here. Love this game.
Very nice.
Anybody who grew up in like, you know, the 90s, y'all know Tomba was like one of those games on the demo disc.
Hell yeah.
Like,
yo, when is Bugsy coming back out? When's that new Bugsy coming out?
Oh my god, Bugsy
or Bugsby, whatever, Bugsby.
Yeah, Bubsy. If we're talking mascot characters that need to come back, Cliffy B's OG fucking Jazz Jackrabbit, bro. That
Jackrabbit is great. I remember getting a demo disc. I think it was from PC Magazine, way back when, playing fucking Jackrabbit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
was the shit.
So good, so good. What do we got?
And then Homura Hime. It's an anime style 3D action fighting game or action game, merging exhilarating thrills with tension, hit-filled gameplay of bullet hell. So it's a lot of fun in it with all of that, like, you know, bullet hell, action, all that stuff. I don't know if it's I hope it's not a roguelike, because I can do with a few less of those, but I like the art so far. I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna play it off stream though, because I don't know if that's like, if it's got like some shots, some shots that YouTube are gonna be like, oh hell no, look man, you black, and that's enough. That's it. Everything else, you gotta go.
I'm watching. Not to change the subject, I'm watching the Netflix fight right now, and it's Diaz versus Perry. Mm-hmm. And both of these guys have bloodied fucking faces. It is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like
wait,
they are
still the Gina Carano still hasn't happened. Like I'm actually
I'm pretty sure the next fight. Pretty sure the Diaz was the undercard for.
It is.
I legit accept it as like, hey, I'm going to Hypno show. I'm not gonna see it, but whatever. It's fine. Here.
No, it takes a long time for they're really trying to like drag it out. But yeah, both of them are like barely standing and super bloody faces. Damn. Nice.
And shout out to both of y'all who sent those games. I appreciate you, Angmar and the other one whose name I can't remember. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, boys. Hold on. You gonna finish Girl Divers Sheep?
Actually, no. The game's kind of boring.
Well, there you go. Bugs v 40, May 22nd. Nice. Coming out soon. Good.
I may finish. I don't know. At some point.
I want to play that.
Whenever I get bored or some shit. Who knows?
Let's do outros, starting with our guest, Melee K. Thank you so much for hanging out with us again. You were awesome.
Hey, Melee Gay? What the, why would you say that?
I said Melee K. Relax.
Thank you guys
tell
for
everybody
having me.
who you are, obviously what you got planned, you know, anything coming up.
Will do. Well, like I said, thank you again for having me. It's a lot of fun. I love getting nerdy with like game talk and stuff. So I love the discussions we were having.
We don't
today.
do that here. We don't do that.
That was like
No fun.
so fun. Like I shut up at some points.
We follow the Neil Druckmann doctrine of no fun.
Yeah, no fun allowed. Exactly. No, I was like, at some points, I just want to shut up and listen. Like, this is so great. Anyways, I'm Melee K, one half of Melee Games, and we do everything. We play games, we talk about games, we suffer a lot. No, Melee Seaford, no!
Fucking cook. Get him, Brooke. I mean, get him.
We spent the week talking about the Steam controller, trying it out. So if you're curious about the Steam controller, you want to see it stress tested, you can see a bunch of videos on our channel this week about that. We also just covered the shutdown of Turtle WoW, and we actually streamed the final moments before the server got unplugged. So if you want to see the last moments and the big party that happened. Was that?
True.
Nothing going.
Oh.
She doesn't understand. It's fine.
I don't know. I'm retarded. It's fine. But yeah, if you care to see the final moments of Turtle WoW, which was like a fan creation of what WoW should have been, we did document the final hours, and it was very depressing. But to move on, tomorrow we're going to do a stream and show that you still don't have to pay for retail WoW. You can go and play Warmane. So we're going to show that off tomorrow. Blizzard, fuck you. I hate you. We're going to keep finding other fan projects no matter what you try to do. Otherwise, yeah, you'll catch us throughout the week. We'll be playing random games, having fun. And if you don't want to come to my channel for some reason, you're also going to have to deal with my face on side scrollers for like the next 3 weeks constantly. So there's that. That is me.
Very nice. We had chat come in. MDW says for 1 month, racism was destroyed by racist jokes between friends who are of different races. Black friend calls me monkey. I, white, call him cracker. Racism equals LOLs.
Hell yeah.
Fixing the culture, man. Fixing the culture.
Crazy the amount of fucking editing you had to do to get that through.
Yeah,
I love
white people.
racism. Bring it in. Yeah, white people.
Yeah,
Let's
white
go.
people.
Fuck yeah, white people.
White people.
Sheep, what do you got going on, man?
Well, I'm going to try to get over this cold that I have. I don't know where the fuck it came from, but I'm pretty sure it's Kingdom Hearts 2. Nonetheless, we're going to be we're going to be watching Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days because they basically have all the cutscenes in the collection. They don't have the actual gameplay. So we're going to watch it. We're going to clown it because the storytelling in Kingdom Hearts is absolute dog shit. Let's be real. After that, we will be getting into Birth by Sleep, which is an actual fun game. I played the shit.
I like
out
that
of
game.
I played the absolute ever-loving shit out of that one. But that's what we'll be getting into after 358 over 2 days. Aside from that, find me on Twitter. Shit posting, more likely. And that's about it. Go read manga.
Oh yeah, mods! If you could drop Melee K's channel in the chat, please.
I already did it.
You guys are so sweet. You don't have to.
You dropped her ex account. You dropped that's not her channel.
Calm down.
Typical woman. Like I already
I'm
did it. No,
bad
you
at
didn't.
chilling myself.
It's in my description. It's in my description. So you can copy and paste it. Copy and paste it from my description, and then you post
Okay,
in the chat.
I'll do that.
True.
Sevi, what do you got going on besides copy and pasting the channel?
I'm copying and pasting Melee's channel. Other than that, not much. Playing games. I finished Mouse PI. That was absolutely amazing. So I love that game. And then I'll have to figure out what other game to play. So to be determined. I don't know. Go find me in my.
Oh, lucky for you, you got
channels.
all those gifted games.
I know, amazing. So now I have a lot of games to choose. So I'll
I
probably
swear to
choose
God,
those.
I'm gonna put on a fucking blonde wig. I swear to God, every SNH.
I enlisted. I deployed, went overseas, and I stayed. I had to be basically estranged from all of my loved ones for extended amounts of time, and I still don't get the amount of attention that somebody with tits would get. God damn it!
I'm gonna get a V2. I'm gonna get an avatar with titties that take up the whole fucking screen.
Do I gotta do the Bentley? Like, what I gotta do to get some kind of attention head my way? Damn.
You want attention head? That's crazy, bro.
I said, yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Leon, what you got going on? You look like you saw a ghost.
Banana Blood has achievements.
So you're definitely playing it, huh?
He's gonna play it then. He's gonna have to play it.
I'm an achievement whore. Banana Blood has achievements.
You should stream it. What do you got going on?
Well, it's Saturday night, which means Analog Hard Night. We're doing something a little bit different tonight, though. Instead of going through like a particular series that we usually do, I'm just gonna find, and hopefully you guys in chat will come watch and you'll come find it with me. Like really underground, less than 10K sub Analog Horror channels. Just go through maybe a video or two they put out and try and just see what the underground niche Analog Horror stuff is. So we're gonna be doing that. Tomorrow we got the Sunday special stream, videos and streams every day. And if someone you missed yesterday's stream and you want to see me, Sevi, and Cindy chop it up about the chibi reviews, internet anarchist stuff, we definitely have a video breaking that down. It was a lot of fucking fun. So I'll see you on flip-flop videos and streams every day.
Oh yeah. I got one gifted game that came in. No Hearts Left says, here's a relaxing game about PTSD. How you have a relaxing game about PTSD? Love Sam, alone in your room. You see a diary sitting on your desk. It wants to tell you a story about a high school crush, a story about small town romance, a story about how everyone's against you and nobody would ever love you again. Damn, that went real fucking real far, real quick.
Now,
thank you. No
Nobody will ever love you again. Wow.
And then after that, they're like, buy my game. That's crazy, bro. Holy shit. Thanks. All right. Well, that's basically it, man. What do we got? I'm playing Forza Horizon. I'm only gonna play that a little bit. It's not really a game that, I mean, yeah, I think you could roll credits in that game, but it's whatever. It's just I'm playing it for a little bit, and then at least on stream anyway. I'm playing a lot off stream. I played it for like fucking 4 or 5 hours yesterday off stream. Just basically collecting shit. So playing that right now. We'll be reviewing Lego Batman Suit in a couple days when that releases, and then after that will probably be 007 First Light. And after that, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen after that. Obviously, me and Leon are reviewing Remnant, the first one from the Ashes. Loving that. I want to definitely play that more. So we're going to try to stick to the Tuesday, Thursday schedule to the best of our ability. So look forward to that. And that's basically it. Streaming every day, 9 p.m. Eastern. You know, Sunday through Sunday through Friday. And then obviously SNH 8 p.m. every Saturday. Melee K, thanks again for hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate having you. Our conversations are always good, and I enjoy them. So thanks for hanging out.
I love it, man. Thanks for having me.
And that's it. That's all I got, guys. So go enjoy. The fight just ended between Diaz and Perry. So I'm assuming Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey are next. So you could go watch two older women fight if that's what you want to do. Guys,
Ronda's only 39. Ronda's only 39.
39 and like what, 3/4?
Gina 44. They both look good for their age.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I would say no. I'm just saying, seeing two. Anyway, not exactly my thing, but it's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like if I started describing it, we'll be here forever. Guys, thank you again, and I'll see every single one of you in the next one. You guys already know, man. Go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
Not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Day. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in Maker Day. Fuck Indiana, put a ticket in Maker Day. It means put a chicken in it, please, and make her fucking day. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! That's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.